Thanks for joining us. This is the World News on your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. In the headlines, Governor Fubara gives revelation on attempt to present budget to Assembly. Wiki says impeaching Governor Fubara not crime. NAFDAC unveils app to help Nigerians detect fake drugs, and the foreign scene U.S. envoy and Qatar join talks on extending fragile Gaza ceasefire. I'm Lucky Maxwell. Rivers State Governor Smalai Fubara has given more insight on the reason for his visit to the Rivers State House Assembly quarters today morning to present the 2025 budget in compliance with the Supreme Court judgment. Governor Fubara, who spoke during the inauguration of the Kanazono Hospital in Kana local government area of the state, said the decision was made to comply with the Apex Court judgment immediately to save the economy of the state, the civil servants and local government workers from suffering. Governor Fubara has stormed the Assembly quarters where lawmakers currently hold plenary sessions to present the state's 2025 budget, but was met with a locked gate preventing his entry. Addressing the situation, Governor Fubara revealed that he had made several attempts to reach out to the Speaker and other lawmakers, notifying them of his intention to present the 2025 budget at 10 a.m. today. He added that he remains prepared to present the budget at any time, dismissing media reports suggesting non-compliance or lack of prior communication.
Because we believe that the interests of the people should come first. And because of that, the decision of the Supreme Court, we felt there is every need for us to comply immediately to save the states, to save our workers, to save our local government workers, not just the civil servants, even the economy of this state. For that reason, I made all frantic efforts to reach the Speaker, which I believe cannot deny that, and other members of the Assembly. I went further to send WhatsApp information to him and others, notifying them that I will be coming by 10 this morning to present the budget so that there won't be any reason why Rivers State will be in any fix because of me, as been alleged. But it was unfortunate when we got there this morning. We were denied access, and the next story I'm hearing is that we didn't make any communication. But I leave it to God, who sees in secret places.
To the project being commissioned, Governor Fubara said the essence of revitalizing the secondary health facilities in the state is to reduce the pressure on the teaching hospital. Meanwhile, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Yeson Wike, has described as useless the letter written to the Rivers State House Assembly by Governor Smalai Fubara seeking an audience for the lawmakers over the implementation of the verdict of the Supreme Court on the political affairs of the state. Wike stated this during a chat with newsmen in Abuja. According to the FTC Minister, the Speaker of the Rivers State House Assembly, Martin Zamehule, and other lawmakers are not Fubara's voice and should be accorded some respect. Wike said instead of inviting members of the House through a public letter, Fubara should have called Amehule and his team via the phone and agreed on a date and time for a meeting.
He said the governor Richard, you have had a positive relationship with an arm of government. If you're a good politician, is this a right letter? You have had a positive relationship with me for how many years? Now you want a court of appeal. It didn't even occur to you. Even though I want a court of appeal, I think what peace. The matter went to Supreme Court. As Supreme Court now gave judgment. Then the next thing we do, that you want to implement. Who said no? Is it by writing letter? And who signed the letter? Who signed the letter to a head of arm of government? What are these sorts that? You are telling me here, telling to government will sign letter to Mr. the President of Senate or to Speaker of the House of Representatives to write that I'm coming to present budget tomorrow. Who does that? You want to play to the gallery that you wrote a letter, which is rubbish. All these letters you are writing is useless. You are not sincere. A man who does not want peace is a man who will play to the gallery. Writing a letter to me, sir, I've written letter. Written letter to who?
He, however, expressed his disapproval of Governor Fubara's approach, emphasizing that Speaker Martin Amehule and the lawmakers are not under his control.
I don't just write a letter to Mr. Speaker. I'm coming to present budget tomorrow morning. I think I should do it. Do you know their engagement? All this is done is to tell you that I'm sincere. Mr. Speaker, where are you? Are you at home? Can you come? Can I come? Can we talk? And they agree on something. And then Mr. Speaker will go back and call his colleagues. Listen, I met with him. He said, look, he wants to present budget so day. It's okay. Monday, Tuesday. But Speaker, you know that our schedule is so tight. Okay, no, let us accommodate. That's how things are done. All these letters they are writing is useless.
In the meantime, the Minister of the FCT, Yesawiki, says heaven would not fall if the River State House Assembly impeaches Governor Simalai Fubara. At a media parley in Abuja, Wike said there is nothing wrong if the lawmakers decide to sack Fubara for alleged impeachable offences, including withholding their salaries for months. Wike said if the House was not disposed to peace, the Assembly would have gone on a 6-month recess after the Supreme Court verdict. The Eze in Council of Rumaholu community in Obiakpa local government area of River State has dismissed claims that the Inyewele paramount ruler Eze Bekwele Wele Atam is dead. In a statement signed by its chairman, High Chief Ogundu Ichenwo, and the paramount ruler of Rumaholu, His Royal Highness Eze Wele Atam, the council affirmed that the Inyewele is alive and actively overseeing the affairs of the community. The statement also clarified that the late Chief Samuel Inyagba was never the paramount ruler of Rumaholu, nor was he a member of the Ora Esara Council of Chiefs or the Rumokoro Council of Chiefs, as he was not recognized by the River State government. The Eze in Council urged the public to disregard any false reports suggesting that the community had lost its ruler. High Chief Ichenwo and Eze Wele Atam also reminded those spreading misinformation that the River State High Court in Port Harcourt had previously ruled in favor of the paramount ruler, striking out a case filed by the late Chief Inyagba and restraining him from presenting himself as a paramount ruler before his passing. They called for calm in Rumaholu, urging residents to go about their daily activities peacefully while assuring their commitment to maintaining stability in the community. The FCT Minister Yeson Wike has described the Ijaw ethnic nationality as minority in the Niger Delta, saying they do not have the power to make decisions in the region. Wike, while reacting to the recent visit by Pandef to President Bola Tinubu, criticized the organization, saying they create more problems instead of solving it. He claimed that the Ijaw ethnic nationality, which is part of Pandef, holds no weight, adding that they are only dominant in Bayelsa. Wike described Pandef as Forum as the worst organization in the region, calling them political merchants. The FCT minister, who frowned at the recent threat by a militia group, said they do not have powers to challenge the government.
The job people are the only people who can blow pipeline. Who told the people cannot blow pipeline? Who told the people cannot blow pipeline? Who told the people cannot blow pipeline? Why do we arrogate powers to people? So who is the one doing the contract of the pipeline? It's not a Johnson. And they say the job people are going to blow pipeline. And somebody will hear that. That's crap to hell. How dare you threaten a country? In Delta, the job is minority of the minority. With all due respect to our late elder statesman, not in River, a minority of the minority. Out of our own benevolence, I and my teachers, gentlemen, we are working as a team. We are members of the same political family. Let's allow this to go the same. If it is by strength, they cannot be Dogoni.
You're listening to the World News on Today95.1fm Port Harcourt. We'll be right back after the short break. Thanks for staying with us. Now the rest of the news. The National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party is currently in a crucial meeting. The meeting is taking place behind closed doors at the party's national headquarters in Abuja. The meeting is presided by the national chairman of the party, Ambassador Umaru Damagum. It is the first after the Supreme Court threw out a motion for a stay of execution of a High Court judgment removing Senator Samuel Anyanwu from office as the National Secretary, replacing him with Sunday Ude Okoye. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control has urged Nigerians to join the fight against the circulation of counterfeit and fake medical products. The agency stated that this could be achieved through the use of its latest verification app, the Green Book. The Director General of NAFDAC, Mojishola Adeyeye, made the call at the opening ceremony of a 2-day sensitization and awareness workshop on the Green Book, Traceability Project, and Pediatric Policy in Port Harcourt, River State. Adeyeye explained that the NAFDAC Green Book, a comprehensive database of registered drug products in Nigeria, was introduced to help the agency counter the advanced method used in the production and distribution of counterfeit medicines. Adeye, represented by the Director of the Post-Marketing Surveillance Directorate, NAFDAC, Fraden Bitrus, emphasized that the workshop aims to ensure regulators and stakeholders work together in combating substandard and falsified medical products. The NAFDAC DG further revealed that Nigeria is the first country in Africa to use this technology and the second in the world. We'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
Chiefs, leaders, women, youths, and stakeholders of the Kalabari Kingdom, under the auspices of the new Associates Kalabari, invite you to a Thanksgiving service and grand civic reception in honor of His Excellency Nyesom Ezenwo-Wike, CON, GSSRS, POS Africa, the former governor of Rivers State and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nigeria. This event will hold on Saturday, 15th March 2025 at Abalama Town in Asaritoro Local Government Area. The time is 10 a.m. prompt. Come, let us show gratitude. Let us celebrate a lover of the Kalabari Kingdom and its people, a man who has done so much for us. Signed, Honorable Dr. Enemi Alabo George, DSSRS, Chairman, Publicity Committee.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Welcome back. On the foreign scene, the White House's envoy, Steve Witkoff, is in Qatar to join indirect talks between Israel and Hamas on extending the fragile ceasefire in Gaza. This week, negotiators from both sides have begun meeting mediators for the first time since President Donald Trump took office on January 20. The 42-day first phase of the Gaza deal and temporary truce came into effect on the eve of his inauguration. That first phase ultimately saw Hamas return 25 living Israeli hostages and the remains of 8 others in exchange for about 1,800 Palestinian prisoners held by Israel, as well as 5 living Thai hostages, which ended on 1st March. Israel now hopes the U.S. can advance a plan for a 2-month truce extension, which would start with the release of about half of the living hostages still held. In sports, South African Patrice Motsepe has been re-elected unopposed as the president of Confederation of African Football, CAF. This means he will serve a second 4-year term as CAF boss. He secured a second term during CAF's Extraordinary General Assembly held in Cairo, Egypt, with FIFA President Gianni Infantino in attendance. Motsepe was elected by acclamation in Morocco 4 years ago, succeeding Malagasy Ahmad, who had been suspended by FIFA over financial misconduct. To end the news, as a summary of the major stories. We told you that Governor Sumala Efura has shared his experience in his attempt to present the 2025 budget to the Rivers State House Assembly. You heard that the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has said that impeaching Governor Sumala Efura is not a crime. You heard that NAFDAC has unveiled an app to help Nigerians detect fake drugs on the foreign scene. We told you that U.S. envoy is in Qatar to join talks on extending fragile Gaza ceasefire. Ifunanya Obemendukwe, editor of the news. For comments and inquiries, please call 081-838-92850. Send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. Read our stories on todayfmlive.com. Good evening. I am Lucky Maxwell.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
We, the family of Boniface Ihedindweme Ohuka of Omagojia Eberi, Omoma Local Government Area, River State, announce the death of our beloved father, uncle, son, brother, and grandfather, late Boniface Ihedindweme Ohuka, aged 88 years, 1937 to 2024. Burial arrangements: Thursday, 13th March 2025, 6:30 p.m. Christian wakekeep at his compound. Friday, 14th March 2025, body leaves Stella Maris Mortuary, Iberi, for lying in state at his compound. 10 a.m., funeral mass at St. Cordelia's Catholic Church, Umuabosia. Interment follows at his compound. He is survived by 3 wives, 11 children, and 17 grandchildren. May his gentle soul rest in the bosom of the Lord. Amen. This is signed by Engineer Emeka Uhuka.
Say no to the ordinary. Embrace the extraordinary, because we are the voice of the people. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM.
CCTV and the monitors. Person we carry God carry plus. Everything go to miraculous. Follow me sing say higher, 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 higher. God don't take me higher, higher, higher. Higher, 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 higher. If we love me God, tell me. No way I forget. If it no be God, tell me. No way I forget. Enemies, they won't bring me down. They can't bring me down. Down, down, down. Say I got they hold me down. Oluwa hold me down. Down, down, down. Higher, higher. I used to crush on your other day. On your Zemuki, Gachi, as I know the bull, I'm on Kachia. I was young on milk for one cheer. Baby, what's up? She says she never see a lot. He put us in the back, he put us in the back. She told me, say she did Dubai. No tickets, money, no a lot. When you want to miss you, I like to go with you. 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 Judy, Pepe Super Bebone, Aminchina Bachira, Fancho Bebone, Lecha, Umuanya Nepualife, Kelemu, Kelele. It's a bad day, a beautiful day to remember it. It's a good day, a beautiful time to remember it. I bought her some roses and flowers just to express my love. Osemuke difa, if you're a posh, she go nemu. Osemuke difa roses, if you're a Gucci go nemu. Osemuke difa flower, if you're a Bugatti go nemu. When you want to miss it, Bugatti won't be a Bugatti won't be a chicken in now,
Which one do you like? You know, what combination do you like? I'm asking you, what's the combination? Beer, which one with chicken or suya or bishewu and all that? Which of the combinations do you like? Tell me. Call me on 0810-9510-951 and tell me the combination you like.
You're welcome to Biafalo discussions. With the Jelefa, Ezegefa, OPP worldwide, Wakaji Presido. I went all the senior Congos, middle Congos, junior Congos, and you keep people that not
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
We got our secrets hidden inside our bones. Starlight that bleeds when all of the lights come on. It's a beautiful miracle. How you lift me up when I feel low. Beautiful, everglow. Now we're shining like a sea of gold. Yeah, we
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Soccer Nation, the best 15 minutes of football you will find anywhere on radio. And I'm Henry Ogogo here to drive you through proceedings as we run through the latest and trending stories making the rounds in the world of football for your listening pleasure. Yes, stories from the local scene and also from the European scene as well. So I say take a seat, fasten your seatbelt, and let's get this show on the road. Now we start from the President's Federations Cup as two heavyweight MPFL clubs, Rangers International and Kano Pillars, will clash in the 2025 Federations Cup round of 64 following the conclusion of the draws in Abuja. Now let's run through the full list of the draws as El Kanemi Warriors will take on Simon Ben FC. Plateau United will take on Ahudi and Nim FC. Aqua United will take on KB United. Beyond Limit will take on Crusaders. Nassau United will tackle Flight FC, while Bayelsa United will take on EFCC. We have Sunshine Stars taking on FC Barco, and Aimba also taking on El Shama FC. Also, we have Ikorodu City taking on Sunshine Stars on the 19. Bendel Insurance will battle Dandidi Babes. Heartland will battle against Police Machine. Rangers will take on Kano Pillars, while Kwara United will take on Sinoja. Lobby Stars will take on Discovery Talent, and Solutions FC will tackle Eagle Stars. Gombe United will also face Assemblies of God. We also have Osun United taking on FWC, ABS taking on E-World. Adamawa United will take on Warinje. 3SC will take on Zamfara United. Warrior Wolves will take on Wilbros. FC Basira will tackle Atlantic. Ijele FC will take on Latau. Wiki Tourists will do battle with Edel. Mighty Jets will take on Imperial FC. Warriors United also battle Barua. Sokoto United takes on Damburam. Yobe Desert Stars will take on Abakiliki FC, and Katsina United will tackle Green Beret. And now we head over to the camp of the Flamingos as the delegation of South Africa's under 17 girls, the Bantwana, is scheduled to arrive in Lagos later on today or this evening ahead of Saturday's FIFA Under 17 World Cup, Women's World Cup second leg qualifying match against Nigeria's Flamingos. Now embraced by Harmony Chidi, which followed Shakirat Moshood's goal, steered Nigeria to a 3-1 victory over their host in Pretoria on Saturday. But the Bantwana have sounded a big warning that they will not be in Ikene to lie down and be slaughtered. Team captain Katleho Malebana, whose goal early in the second half raised the hopes of the Bantwana before Chidi's second, and Nigeria's third, has assured that the South Africans will contest every blade of the grass with their host at the Remo Stars Stadium on Saturday. Now the encounter is due to kick off at 4 p.m. Now CAF has appointed a Senegalese referee or Senegalese officials ahead of FIFA's Under-17 Women's World Cup second leg qualifying match between Nigeria's Flamingos and South Africa's Bantwana. Now, CAF has appointed Ada Sai to serve as referee, while her compatriots Ndeya Isa Ndiaye and Ndeyesa Ndiaye and Fatumata Salturi will be the roles of Assistant 1, Assistant 2, and 4th official, respectively. Now, Ganyana Odofoli Note will be the commissioner, while Agar Mezing from Cameroon will be the referee. As says on how the winner on aggregate will progress to the final round of qualification series with this year's FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup taking place in Morocco from 17th October to 8th November. Now, Africa will present 5 teams, including host nation Morocco at the finals, which will be expanded to a 24-nation championship. And now let's talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. As technical director of the Nigerian Football Federation, the NFF, Augustine Iguavon, had former Super Eagles forward Victor Ikpeba have dismissed suggestions that head coach Eric Schell was not fully in charge of selecting Nigeria's squad for this month's crucial 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. Now, Schell, appointed as new Super Eagles boss in January and Tuesday, unveiled a 23-man squad for the fixture with some surprise inclusions and omissions sparking debates among fans and pundits. However, Iguavon has clarified that the Franco-Malian coach had the complete autonomy in picking his team, insisting that there was no interference from the NFF's technical committee. And Iguavon, who briefly served as Nigeria's interim coach before Shell's appointment, explained that the national team coach has the ultimate authority in squad selection. Elsewhere, Super Eagles and Remo Stars goalkeeper Bankole Kayode was ecstatic after he was included in Shell's 23-man squad ahead of Nigeria's upcoming fixture. Now, Eric Shell was appointed as Super Eagles head coach a few months back, and he initially released the 39-man provisional squad list before a final 23-man team was released yesterday afternoon. Now, Bankole, who is well known amongst Nigerian locals in the MPFL, has been very consistent in his performances for Daniel Ogumodere's side and has now been rewarded with the call-up to the national team. Bankole, alongside Chippa United, Stanley Wabale and Singida Black Stars, Amasu Baksuzogi, were Shell's goalkeeper picks ahead of the games against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. Still on the Super Eagles of Nigeria, as forward Victor Osimhen has said, the team is determined to secure a place at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Now, Eric Shell's side are yet to secure a win in the qualifying series with 3 draws and 1 defeat from their opening 4 games. Now, the West Africans occupy 5th position in Group C with 3 points. The Super Eagles are gearing up for their next 2 matches against Rwanda and Zimbabwe, and they will need to win both games to get their qualification campaign back on track. Now, Osimhen said, and I quote, "It's a dream of every footballer to play at the World Cup, and with our situation in the group, I am desperate, like other players, to make it to the 2026 tournament." And now let's head over to the continent of Africa as Nigeria's Amaju Melvin Pinnick has lost his bid to retain a seat on the FIFA Council. Now, the Confederation of African Football held its Extraordinary General Assembly on Wednesday, 12th March 2025, during which elections for executive positions took place. Now, Pinnick was considered a strong contender to remain on the FIFA Council, but fell short in the final tally. Now, he secured 28 votes, finishing in 7th place, just outside the top 6 who earned seats on the prestigious body. Now, the top 5 consists of Fauzi Lekja, who had 49 votes, Hani Abu Rida, who had 35 votes, Jibril Hima with 35 votes, Kanizat Ibrahim with 30 votes, and Ahmed Yahya with 29 votes, as well as Suleiman Waberi with 29 votes. Mosepe also won his re-election as the CAF president, with Samuel Eto'o making the CAF executive committee as well. And now we head over to the European scene, where Virgil van Dijk says talks with Liverpool over a new deal are not on hold, but he still has no idea what will happen in the summer when his contract is set to expire. Now, the Liverpool captain was unable to prevent his side crashing out of the Champions League to Paris Saint-Germain in the last 16 on Tuesday night. Now, afterwards, he spoke with reporters and revealed that there is still no definitive resolution on whether he stays with Liverpool or he becomes a free agent at the end of this season, despite ongoing conversations with the club. As I said, and I quote, I have no idea at the moment. So we wait and we see. And over to Manchester United, where head coach Ruben Amorim says it's up to him and his players to change Sir Jim Ratcliffe's opinion on the team. Now, Ratcliffe told BBC Sports this week that some players in United squad were not good enough and overpaid, though he did not specify which players. Ratcliffe had name-checked Andre Onana, Rasmus Højlund, Casemiro, Anthony and Jadon Sancho as transfer deals that Ineos had inherited at the club and are yet to pay off. Now, asked about Ratcliffe's comments, Amorim said, and I quote, I think if we are being honest in this moment, everybody, the players, are underperforming this season. You're talking about players like Casemiro that want everything, and we know these players can play so much better. And now let's head over to the Champions League, where Liverpool boss Arne Slot described Tuesday's Champions League shootout loss on penalties to Paris Saint-Germain as the best game of football he has ever been involved in, despite his side exiting the competition as a result. Now, after losing last week's first leg 1-0 in Paris, the visitors leveled the tie at Anfield on aggregate thanks to Ousmane Dembele's 12th-minute strike. Now, Liverpool had plenty of chances to score themselves, but the game went into extra time and was decided on spot kicks, where PSG keeper Gianluigi Donnarumma saved from Darwin Núñez and Curtis Jones before Desiree Doué fired home to seal a 4-1 success for the Parisians. Elsewhere in the Champions League yesterday, Barcelona were 3-1 victors over Benfica, with Barcelona qualifying 4-1 on aggregate, while Bayern Munich did defeat Bayer Leverkusen 2-0 on the night, with Bayern Munich moving through to the quarterfinals 5-0 on aggregate. And as well, Liverpool did lose to Paris Saint-Germain 4-1 on penalties, with the game ending 1-0 after extra time yesterday in the UEFA Champions League. And we also had Inter Milan defeating Feyenoord by 2-1 in the Champions League yesterday to move through to the next round 4-1 on aggregate. Now over to today's games, where Arsenal go into their Champions League last 16 second leg against PSV Eindhoven, very close to ending a 5-year wait for a trophy, according to defender William Saliba. Now the French centre-back wants to help his side win their first Champions League and believes they are in a strong position to do so. Now the Gunners comfortably won the first leg 7-1 and host the Dutch side at Emirates Stadium in the return fixture later on today. Now when talking about Arsenal's title ambition, Saliba said, and I quote, "I think we are very, very close. We need to keep going. We can't stop working. When you're close and don't win trophies, it's sad. With work, we will make a big step, and I'm sure we will arrive there." And today in the Champions League, we have Lille taking on Borussia Dortmund. That game is slated for 6:45. And by 9 p.m., we have Arsenal taking on PSV Eindhoven at the Emirates. We do have the Madrid derby, Atletico Madrid taking on Real Madrid at the Wanda Metropolitano, while Aston Villa will host Club Brugge. And that's the size of the package, ladies and gentlemen. It's been fun and exciting hanging out with you. Join us same station, same time tomorrow for more trending football stories. My name is Henry Ogugo, and this was Soccer Nation. On that note, I say stay safe, stay blessed, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
What do you love listening to? What's your style? What's your choice? What do you yearn for? So we've got great talk, amazing conversations, and entertainment, sports, and lifestyle. So tune in to Today95.1 FM Pawtucket, because we are the voice of the people. The voice of the people.
I used to crush on your other day. When you say Mukis, Gajide, I sang out the bull, I'm on Kachie. I go see a milk for one cheer. Baby, move what's up. She says she never see a lot. He put us in the back, he put us in the back. She tell me, say she did Dubai. No tickets, money, no a lot. When you want to miss it, a lot in Warrior. A lot in Warrior. A lot in Warrior. A lot in Warrior. Judy, Pepe Super Begone, Anuchina Bachira, Fancho Begone, Lecha, Umuania Nepualife, Kelemuke kelemu, kelele, kelemu, kelemu, kelele. It's a bad day, a beautiful day to remember it. It's a good day, a beautiful time to remember it. I bought us some roses and flowers just to express my love. Osemuke dife difa, if you rapport she go nemu. Osemuke dife roses, if you rodi Gucci go nemu. Osemuke dife flower, if you rodi Bugatti go nemu. When you want to miss it, Bugatti Bordia, Bugatti Bordia, Bugatti Bordia, Bugatti New Orleans, Bugatti Bordia, Bugatti Judy, this year we're going to chicken in now, what I buy, and chop it all day. 500 naira.
So, what's your preference? You prefer the drink with ishewu or with uba, or peppered meat, or stockfish? Which one? Send it to me right now. Call in, send me a message. Let's talk.
You're welcome to Beer Palo Discussions with the Jelefa, Ezegefa, OPP Worldwide, Wakaji Presido. I will all the senior Congos, middle Congos, junior Congos, and you keep people you're all welcome tonight. The Academy one here. Get an swag general. We'll get to you. Swift loss, take charge. We'll go for it. You're welcome to be a part of discussion. And I'm the one that OPP Worldwide. It's
I used to crush on your day. On your Zamukis, Gachide. As I know the bull, I'm on Kachie. I was Yamamil for one not here. Baby, move us up. She says she never see a lot. It put us in a back. He put us in a back. She told me, say she did Dubai. No tickets, money, no alert. When you want to miss it.
All right, call me right now, 0810-9510-951. How do you prefer it? Your drink with uba, peppered meat, ishewu, stockfish. How do you like it? That's what I want to hear from you. Don't pretend. This one says, Max, good evening. Mine is beer and barbecue fish. Max, please help me to send a birthday shout out to Mr. Michael Omonade, a.k.a. Mr. Amazing. He's a very good man. May God continue to bless him and his family. Happy birthday. Sir Moses, thank you. Good evening. So call me and tell me how you prefer it.
beautiful day to remember it. It's a good day, a beautiful time to remember it. I bought her some roses and flowers just to express my love. Osemuke dife difa, if you rapport she go nyemu. Osemuke dife roses.
Yes, good evening. Go ahead.
Master,
Go ahead, sir.
you they kill me. You they kill me too much. This music you just put is reminding me when things were good. By this time, we would have been there, killing it. Honestly, you remind me. It's good with Ishewu.
Okay, that's how you like it.
I they tell you.
Now, palm wine and Ishewu or beer and Ishewu?
With the palm wine, Good natural. I they tell you. I hope things will get better so that we'll come back to those days.
Me? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Please, leave politics. Let's talk about this one. Even those people who are playing politics, by the time they close the gate and they open the gate, they will go and drink, some shekpe and stockfish or peppered meat and snail. So leave those people. Good evening. Yes, go ahead. Good evening.
Hello, Maxwell.
I greet you.
I greet you well, Lou.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah. I like we push me, better push me.
As in beer or palm wine?
So now we brukutu.
Brukutu.
Yes, I'm from Plateau Middle Belt.
Okay.
And they tell you.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome to Biafalo discussions. With the Jelefa, Ezegefa, OPP worldwide, Wakaji, Presido. And when I can all the senior Congos, middle Congos, junior Congos, and you keep the Putana Banya, Nasagariana. You're all welcome tonight. If you can do one year, get na swag general. We get to you. Swift loss, take charge. We go for the land, yeah. Ndaka. Umwanya. Biabi so, biabi. Taban. We are 1 million. We got 1 million Albania. Opposite one.
Yes, good evening. Welcome.
Hello, very good evening. Yeah,
go ahead.
Please permit me to say this is their discussion. Sorry. Hello?
Go ahead.
Yes. For me, I prepare beer shoe.
Okay, you prefer Ishewu?
With the beer now.
Okay, with beer.
Joking you, I say please.
Thank you very much for your time.
She says she never see a lot. She tell me say she did Dubai, but he gets money no a lot. When you want to miss it, a lot in world here. Judy, pepper soup or pepper, and the
Call me now and tell me how you prefer it. Let me douse the tension. Sometimes you just leave politics. Yeah, I know you were waiting. You want to talk politics. Leave that one a little bit. Yes, good evening.
Hello, Max.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
I greet you, sir. Go ahead.
Max,
sir?
You are a very good man. You will live long.
Amen.
And God will give you money for enjoyment because I know you love enjoyment.
Yes.
Max,
sir?
If money there, I prefer Pami. But that Pami, I go carry Odeku mix some.
I they tell you, the black one, Abi?
Yes, that black one. Come mix some. The coins will come finish work. Yes, because we cannot come and kill ourselves for this country. I'm not going to kill myself for Rivers State. I'm not going to kill myself for Nigeria.
You cannot kill yourself.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
God bless.
Call me on 0810-9510-951, 0817-0000-951. How do you prefer it? Send it to me right now via WhatsApp. You can also call. You can also send messages. Okay. Greetings, Mr. Max. Me, na fisherman soup, the hungry meal. Young Alaji. Fisherman soup with waiting now. You just eat fisherman soup like that. Mbano. Max, I prefer little of everything. Madam Christie, which one is little of everything? Can you explain further? Little of everything, including the other one. Including the other one. You understand what I mean?
Welcome to Biafalo discussions.
0810-9510-951, 0817-0000-951. Send your messages right now. Yes, good evening, welcome.
Welcome, good evening.
Go ahead, sir.
Master, this is your program today, don't off me. Remember those days. For me, I prefer Oba with fish and palm wine. The one with the tap with this raffiati.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, good evening. Hello? Hello? Hello, good evening.
Max.
Yes, you see.
It's well, it's a sermon not poly.
I leave that one first. Are you not aware? Those guys are going to take something now. You find something where you go take. Don't kill yourself. You don't know that after commissioning, they will go and take something. And the ones who lock gate, after locking of gates, they will take something. You don't know. Yeah. Don't joke with those guys.
But Max, there is one place I didn't even know. There is one place in Alo here for mother here. You understand? I didn't even know that such thing is happening there. But I normally pass there, we see people will be playing music. Max, I go there one day. There's this antelope and the grass cutter. You understand? They are selling there. Cho, Max. Cho.
Enter body.
Yeah.
Hello?
They are afraid I need to direct him to that place. so that maybe the day he will come, you come with you, Max, and you know that community normally has a steady light. You understand? So any bottle there you take, Maxwell,
they chill. They sweat for body.
No be chill. He die. Because in that community, you will leave your freezer on till they break. Sorry for your drinks, any bottle drink. You understand? So I don't know the way it is this night. It's like I will even go there to help my system because this problem is really paining me seriously. But I will just go there and chill myself small.
My brother,
you know?
arrange yourself.
Very nice antelope and the grass cut and the other ones. Max, don't worry. The day go dead if I go invite you over.
No problem.
You understand?
No wahala. We cannot come and kill ourselves. Whether they lock gate or not, we'll go find something and arrange ourselves.
Yes, it's well. It's well.
That's one that is raining now. People are locking gate. Okay. Madam Christie, okay, he said a little of uba, ishewu, stockfish, peppered meat, and sweet palm wine. It's all right. It's all right. Whatever the case is, please try as much as you can to arrange yourself from time to time. Don't kill yourself with... don't be too emotional, with this politics. Please take this from me. Don't be emotional. You hear me? Those guys are living their life, enjoying themselves. Good evening, Max. Let's go to a palm wine and peppered meat. Mr. Dennis, oh, that's your favorite. Fantastic. So, please, don't kill yourself, Everybody, we are all one. When you come to that table, you know that everybody is one. There's no minority. You understand? There's no minority. When you come to that table, you have, palm wine here, you have odeku, you have this one, you have that one, you have peppered meat, assorted, everything. Uba is there, stockfish is there. You know that there's no minority and there's no majority. Everybody, they enjoy. Leave politicians. They want to jam your head together. Don't kill yourself for them. Yes, you might have sympathy for this person or for that person, but take this from me. Please, don't kill yourself. Me, I don't care about any politician. No. They know me. No. I don't care about any of them because most of them are very selfish. Most of them. Before I see politician dash you money, as I say, do something for them. Whereas private people, they dash me money here and there. Politicians, before they dash you money, the one they have stolen from you, before they even dash yourself, now, okay, so is that the people you not care about? Yeah, I have a principle. If you fall for me, I fall for you. If you no fall for me, I no fall for you. So please don't kill yourself. Don't go and start quarreling your brother because somebody made one statement, one place. Everybody is equal. All right? We'll take this short break. We'll be right back.
95.1 FM, voice of the people.
And we're back.
All right, welcome back. It's now time for Area Talk. Madam Christie, I sent you a message. Please respond. Respond as soon as possible. Thank you. Now, let's look at something that is of importance. If you recall, in 2007, former Rivers State Governor Odili got a court injunction preventing the EFCC from investigating or arresting him. I'll just drop it there. Just a simple advice to everyone who's listening, to Rivers people, non-Rivers people, Nigerians, everybody who's listening. Please, please, and please, and please, don't take politicians, Nigerian politicians, very serious. Don't be emotional. They are game boys. And the reason why it happens this way is because the people are not yet conscious. Else they won't be playing such games. Nigerian politicians are game boys. You see what's happening in the Senate? You know they are using that thing to buy time, to waste time. Natasha today, Natasha tomorrow. You think they don't know what they are doing? They know what they are doing. Instead of them to be deliberating on things that will benefit you, that will benefit me, they are just busy, dealing with, issues that shouldn't even come up in the first place. So everything you see, including the one happening in River State, before you know it, you'll just be busy talking about what is happening between this camp and that camp. Time is going. The world, what is happening in other countries, the world will not wait for us because the time is the same. Yes, time difference of 1 hour, 2 hours, but it's almost the same. If you do Happy New Year today, some countries do Happy New Year tomorrow. Some would have done yesterday before you did yours. So it's almost the same. So the world is fast developing. Look at what they are discussing in other House of Assemblies, in other countries. Meaningful things that will benefit the people. Here is frivolous things that does not matter. He held my hand. He told me we can spend time in this hotel, in this room. You understand? These are side talks. Is that supposed to be a national issue? The man they accuse has refused to step down first. He is presiding over his own matter. Mr. President is quiet. For River State matter, Mr. President is telling Governor Fubra, go and do this, go and do this, go and... 2 children are fighting. You are only referring to one. You are not referring to the other one. Do you understand? Maybe you have favorite. So you see, Ganduje, look at what he's doing in his own state. Look at Akpabio. Check everybody in President Tinubu's cabinet. Check them. Just like it was in Buhari's cabinet. Everybody, they were just busy doing their own thing. You should be thinking about your own welfare. If you go and have heart attack because of these people, whether it's Fubara or whether it's Wike, the people, Governor Fubara and those working with him, they are not hungry and they are living the best life. All this sun that was on, they have ACs in their house, AC in the car. When they go to their different mosque and church, there's AC there. So tell me, where we hit? Even when it's just the period when they come out of their car. They move just a little bit and then into another office with AC. Free food, free fuel, free car, everything is free. That's why you see them gyrating and dancing. When there's court order, it favors these people, you see them, they'll be gyrating and dancing. You will be hailing them. You are hungry. So please, think about your own welfare. Don't bother about them. They have nothing to lose. Even if they stay in office for 3 months and they leave, they have accumulated for their generations. That's my simple advice to you, and that's what I'll keep on telling you. Care about yourself. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. So love yourself first before you love them. It's not a sin. The Bible said so. Love yourself first. They have nothing to lose. Those on the side of wicked, they have nothing to lose. Check now. In the state, they have been around. Check, it's the same face now. The only new entrant is Simfubra, now politician. He was an accountant before. But all of them, they are still the same. They have been there, from Odili to Amechi, briefly Omeha, down to Wike, now down to Ford. It's the same people from one office to the other, one office to the other. They are piling up things for their unborn generation. Didn't you hear Yaya Bello paid school fees for a child that was not born? So maybe he was projecting that he was going to get one of his wives pregnant again. So he paid school fee in advance for a child that is unborn. Those are the people you're breaking your head for. Someone paid school fee for an unborn child. So he was projecting that when this when this child is, he has not even impregnated any of them. Sperm never enter. He has paid school fee. He doesn't even know if there will be a ready egg to fertilize his sperm. But he has paid school fee. Is that the fool you're killing yourself for? My brother, my sister, don't worry, eh? Hey. All right. I've told you, nobody is minority. Everybody is majority. Do you understand? Everybody's, because when they are sharing the loot, they don't, do you know it's the common people who fight? Yes. Let me tell you, when the 2023 elections was on and we heard all the hate speeches, oh, this set of people should go back to their place, they don't belong to Lagos, this, that. Where is Mr. President's wife from? Is it not partly from that place, the people they were telling to go back to their people, to their state? Mr. President's son, who did he marry? Where is she from? I'm asking you now. Oh, when it comes to love, the people are good. But when it comes to politics, they should go back to their state. That means Mr. President's wife's, the wife to the president's son will go back to her state now. Even Mr. President's wife too should go back now. Is that not so? Even some of them, the elite, who did they marry? Is it not from that place? Hey, you see these people, they know how to jam your head together, but when they collect the loot, all of them, they will enter closed door and share it equally. You won't hear quarrel. When they are sending prayers to their mailboxes, no quarrel. Do you understand what I'm saying? So please, the followers should come together. They are ganging up against the followers. You two come together and gang up now against them. Not violently, but agree on something and say, this is what we want, our own share. There's national cake, whether you like it or not. All this fight in River State, now for waiting now. You think now just to blow siren? Thank you. Which siren? Now this thing, the native soup where the fisherman soup, that treasury. Everyone, do you know the kind of money Rivers has? Go to my Facebook. I posted something. You'll be shocked. Go to my Facebook. You know, I said there are some things I'll be talking riddles. Go to my Facebook, Lucky Maxwell. You'll see the post there. A state in Africa got huge amount of money, as aid from a global institution. That money is yet to be talked about it today in that state in Africa. In that state, in that African country, is in billions of dollars. Nobody's talking about it today. Is it the alleged $300 million? Who is talking about it? You can imagine big money that should change the lives of the people. Some few individuals just carry it as though they are carrying chicken. You know, when you go to the shop to buy live chicken, that's the way they carry the money. And you're opening your teeth. All right. If you like, continue to be, staying on this side or on the other side. politicians of Nigerian stock, they don't worth it. They are not worth it. All of them, almost all of them are the same. Almost all of them are the same. You're the one struggling. You go out, you make small thing for yourself. These guys are sitting on, I don't know, they're sitting on your wealth. Things that should make life comfortable for you. Everybody's crying, PhD no brain light. Have you ever seen any elite call and say PhD no brain light? On my show, have you seen any elite say, I am honorable this? I don't like the way PhD is behaving. Why is it that they don't like bringing light? I pay so amount of money, they will flash light twice, and when they want to collect their bill, then after then, nothing. Have you heard any honorable call here? I'm asking you now. Have you heard any Senate? You think they don't listen to radio? Woo! They listen. That's the listen they've sold to you, that they don't listen to radio. Who told you that? They listen to radio to hear when they will insult them. Honorables, dishonorables, they listen to radio. Have you heard any of them calling? Commissioner, local government chairman, have you heard any of them? Council, have you heard them call that NEPA refused to give them light? Or the first class traditional rulers, have you heard them call? You know they use your tongue, count your ticks. Now, normal people, they call. Government appointees, have you heard them call? That PhD didn't give them light. If PhD, they have gen, the office they occupy gives them enough to buy diesel. You don't have access to such money. It's the small one you're struggling. And you go buy fuel. You buy 10 liters, almost 10,000. Before you draw generator, watch one movie, fuel don't finish. Is that what you'll be doing every day? How much are you a thief? So, I beg, use your tongue, count your teeth, before you go kill yourself for politicians of Nigerian stock. Globally, this is not politics. It is a set of people who have decided to gang up. When former military leader Babangida did his, they call it book launch, and he's doing presidential library, didn't you see the amount of money they contributed for him? Your child education, how much they give you? People will come and eat. Didn't you see the billions they contributed? Those billions, you think is their personal money that they worked hard for? Nobody gives account of. Does that happen in US where they borrowed democracy from? It doesn't happen now. Have you seen Donald Trump donate any money to who? That has not been appropriated for. Even AIDS, the House appropriated so amount for this, so amount for this. I'm asking you now, Joe Biden that just left, do you see him donate money to anywhere? Donate money for who? You hear US gave $1 billion aid to these people, Syria, because of fight. And it will pass through one office to the other one. You think it's Joe Biden that will just, here now, president will just go somewhere, look, this fine girl that is dancing, I give you 500 million for dancing where? From where? Which budget? People, they shout up and down, budget, 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 budget. Who follows budget? Including Mr. President. Plain day inside budget. Now, let's come back. That's enough. In 2007, former River State governor got, they call it perpetual injunction for the EFCC not to investigate. Note that the EFCC, over time by the activity, has not lived up to expectation. They do media trial. The man gets bail like Yaya Bello, 500 million bail for it's something billion. That's a good business. Is that not so? We don't know what has gone behind closed doors. That's how they'll be adjoining. He was sick. He was not around. The lawyer was not around. They were adjoining till you forget. And that's why I proposed, well, people might fault it, but, instead of us to be going around, say EFCC arrest, you prosecute, court today, court no tomorrow, they grant the man bail. The Delta State former governor, have they not granted him bail? Udom Emmanuel, name them now. Not only our own, they know our own big man. Nothing will touch him. When you cross over your sins, forgiven. Even Akpabio too, he had a case now with the FCC. How far now? Nothing come out now. He's now Senate President. The best Senate President ever, according to them. So I propose a solution. Maybe a benevolent dictator in this kind of situation will come up and say, okay, you guys have stolen. We all know. Come. Just bring 85% of what you have stolen. We already know. Because you think they don't know where the wealth are stocked? They know. There's no information DSS wants to get that they cannot get. They know where the wealth is stocked. They know where these guys kept them. They know where they plunged this wealth into. It's there. The records are there. If they want it, they can source for it and get it. They will tell you. The few ones they said Emefiele should forfeit. How did they know? Now me tell them. So, bring 85% and then you plunge it into the economy, sort out the poor people, then you can go. Because if they start to arrest this one, which year will it? That means the person who is on seat, you will just be busy prosecuting people. You will not put water. You will not stabilize the economy. You won't do anything again. That's what it means. Buhari, was he able to do anything? It's the same pattern now. This one come, okay, how many people have they arrested? The former governors. The other time when Buhari was, they said how many governors was on their watch list? EFCC. This EFCC that will not allow small boys to rest. Okay, you go after Yahoo boys. Don't we have Yahoo people in government house who use red pen to steal? They steal flagrantly. When they say disobedience of court order flagrantly, that's what these guys do. Impunity. In fact, they don't steal with caution. They steal with impunity. Not you guys will not do anything. If you talk, I deal with you. Your own money that they stole. Now, the Supreme Court has dismissed 2 appeals by Rivers Attorney General and the Speaker of the House of Assembly seeking to set aside the leave granted to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to challenge an order prohibiting the investigation of Peter Odili's tenure as governor of Rivers State. He started in 1999. He should have, he was the first governor, after democracy returned to Nigeria in Rivers State. And it is presumed that, we should have had a solid foundation. Whether we have or not, I don't know. Recall that in 2007, former Governor Odili got a court injunction, where the one they call perpetual injunction, preventing the EFCC from investigating or arresting him. I said earlier that the EFCC have their own issues. You must note that. When people say, we are calling on the EFCC to investigate, I just laugh. I say, come, don't you guys get tired of saying the same thing? It's becoming a rhetoric. We are calling on which EFCC? That's the question I usually ask. Are we jokers in this country? Now, the court order also restrained the anti-graft agency from probing the finances of the River State government. It has been there right from the genesis till now. When Odili was the governor, it continued. When Amechi entered, continued. Okay, Omeya, Amechi entered, Wike entered. Nobody has gone to say, let's remove this thing. Oh yeah, you can come and probe. We are all selfish as humans. So everybody wants to do what will benefit him or her. However, the EFCC sought permission from the Court of Appeal to challenge the Federal High Court's ruling beyond the stipulated time. The appellate court granted the request, prompting the River State Attorney General and the Speaker of the State House of Assembly to escalate the matter to the Supreme Court. A 5-member panel of the Apex Court, led by John Okoro, sought clarity on the case substance, stating that it is not the type of appeal they hear. He, however, advised all parties to return to the Court of Appeal to have the substantive appeal heard before proceeding to the Supreme Court. The question I'm asking, I'm going to get a lawyer to head.
How are you doing?
Great. Ed?
How are you doing?
Great.
I'm Sam. I want to really find out what has changed. What has changed? Because before now, Odele have been enjoying the perpetual injunction. And just unfortunate that he fell out with the former governor of Rivers State. This case, they just resurrected the case. So what has really changed? Is it that they are being selective in their court cases or judgments or what? Personally, I'm against the perpetual injunction because it should have destroyed our state, whether we like it or not. A lot of governors come in and they misbehave, nobody checkmates them. So it's not a good practice anyway, but what has changed? Is it because Odele is no longer supporting the power that be or what? I don't really understand, and it's not a nice one. Because if you boil hot water, you think you can pour it on someone, that it will come back to you. You're lying. You're lying because if you still fall back to them, if they remove the injunction, personally I will be happy. But let it not be selective. Let it not be because the man is no longer supporting you. Then you want to victimize him. It's not a nice one.
So would you support a Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Would you support the probing of all the governors who have held swear?
All the governors, yes, all the governors. That's why I said I'm not in support of the perpetual injunction. Because that thing has aided a lot of them to steal from our port. And you see a governor building mansions and all that. And today, you're now removing it. And you're just pointing at just all the Let it be all of them. Including him. Let it be all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Barrister Victor, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Lucky Maxwell.
Yes, I'm sure you are aware of the matter already. I would want you to use, simple terms, not law terms, to explain what this means.
Hello.
Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you.
Yes. So I would want you to explain to us what this means.
What?
Okay, let me go through the story again. Are you ready, sir?
I am.
Now, the Supreme Court has dismissed 2 appeals by the Rivers Attorney General and the Speaker of the House of Assembly seeking to set aside the leave granted to the EFCC to challenge an order prohibiting the investigation of Peter Odele's tenure as governor of Rivers State. Now, recall that in 2007, former Rivers State Governor Odele got a court injunction preventing the EFCC from investigating or arresting him. We've talked about that matter, perpetual injunction. The court order also restrained the anti-graft agency from probing the finances of the Rivers State government when Odele was the governor. However, the EFCC sought permission from the Court of Appeal to challenge the Federal High Court's ruling beyond the stipulated time. The appellate court granted the request, prompting the Rivers State Attorney General and the Speaker of the State Assembly to escalate the matter to the Supreme Court. A 5-member panel of the Apex Court led by John Okoro sought clarity on the case's substance, stating that it is not the type of appeal they hear. He, however, advised all parties to return to the Court of Appeal to have the substantive appeal heard before proceeding to the Supreme Court. What does this mean, sir?
Well, I think simply what it's an internal legal procedure where if you are out of time, you need to seek leave. That's what we mean by leave. You need to seek permission to regularize yourself. Regularization has to possibly pay necessary fee if the law states that you need to take a given step, make a given opinion or action within a stipulated period, and you fail from 2007 till when the EFCC were ready to appeal, was too much a time taken by them for whatever reason, that's to themselves. So now the leave, when they say leave, is simply permission, just like motion. Motion is simply application. Now the battle went from the Court of Appeal to the Court of Appeal. Court of Appeal granted, because there was a decision of the Federal High Court, which ordinarily ought to be appealed against. Now the EFCC, the anti-graft agency, delayed taking the necessary steps, of which they were out of time. And under the rules of court, the Court of Appeal rules, you need to now regularize yourself by the Trinity prayer, seeking the leave of court to so do. And the leave was granted. Then the respondents for the River State government said no, that we are not satisfied with your your decision as to granting the leave. Then they moved further to the Supreme Court, which now dismissed it. Now, the dismissal means that you don't have basis; it lacks merit, so it has been dismissed. Meaning, what it means is that the leave granted by the Court of Appeal is now sustained. The matter can now go on. The Court of Appeal can now fix date for hearing the appeal, or parties will now file appropriate briefs and replies. That brief means your court processes, the Court of Appeal processes as to your arguments, and your arguments, the reply from the other side, so that the Court of Appeal can comfortably assume jurisdiction to hear the matter and decide one way or the other.
And the one way or the other is either for the EFCC to look into the spending of River State from date.
Yes, one way or the other, either for the EFCC to be allowed to carry on their activities, even if we are not sure the efficiency is weak. But somebody should look at the pulse of River State. I've been hearing about this. In fact, I don't know if I'm the happiest person. If you are alone and nobody watches you, then you are a god. You're a god. The only way to watch somebody shout anyhow, somebody misappropriate people's fund, you use it to oppress the people. You sing, you dance a willow, you do this. It's because you know that after you leave office, nobody watches you. From the reign of Dr. Peter Dele till date, nobody watches them. Even if somebody said somewhere some months ago that it was the minister. You have one. Minister of FCT that was pushing on this because of the feud between Governor Simla Fibora and himself. I said, even if he has done it, my prayer is the right should be acknowledged, that they have the powers to investigate. If today, 3 near 3, monkey, they jump from place to place, tomorrow may also be a storm. So sometimes when like the judgment of the Supreme Court that is being complied with by the governor, it is not just the governor. When it is done by the Supreme Court, it is everywhere. Even if it is done by the High Court and not appealed, it is everywhere. You stand by it. It becomes a law. It overrides if there is any. Your call.
Okay, feel free to join the conversation. We'll get back to the lawyer. Okay. We'll get back to him to conclude this matter. Do you think all the administration so far should be looked into? Yes, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Good evening.
Master, good evening.
Yes, please.
My name is Stephen Ido.
All right.
I think in this step that EFCC are taking, welcome it. Let that order be vacated and let even start from the time down to Amici, down to this present government that are in power. Do the local government chairman and the House of Assembly member, let them be cross-checked. As master, at the same time, I want to use this privilege that you have given to me to tell you that in Okutoru, there's no light for over a week now.
Don't worry, call back by 8. We'll talk
I
about
don't have
that.
light now. Don't have battery to call you.
Don't worry, tell Amihula and Co. They will talk to NEPA to bring light. Good evening.
Hello, Martha.
Go ahead.
The issue of evacuating the hunchback that has been having us in River State. For me, I'm very happy. It may be that someone is behind the law to evacuate it because of one person. In fact, I'm the happiest person because when you look at when Odele was in power, when all this was happening, from that time, it's almost 15 years. So it may took 20 years coming for the next person who feels that maybe is doing to press some people. Maybe another person may come brought out his own paper. So people there will know what is going on between him and the person. So I like it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, go ahead. Good evening.
Good evening, Maxwell.
Yes, please.
Obed Chima. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Yes, please.
Maxwell, I was very happy about this judgment when I heard it. It has shown indeed that judiciary is the biggest problem we have in this country. Because I wondered why a court.
Hello? Hello? Hello, Barrister?
Yes, Lucky Maso.
So go ahead.
Okay, so like I said, it is not just because it is that judgment alone is not Dr. Peter Dele, our general father. No, that judgment, if it is not overturned, then it will affect River State almost forever. Why will one man in River State who gave you mandate and you will not be able to? Nobody will ask you questions. You ask, you talk, you behave anyhow, use the people's fund. You know, in fact, that that judgment is one of the best. The decision of the Supreme Court is best. So far. So far so good. I think what they still have another stretch in law. They need to go through the Court of Appeal and now look at it very well. Look at the Court of Appeal issues, the briefs, the arguments, the authorities, and so on. And the decision will be taken, and possibly it will now proceed to the Supreme Court. And after that, once the Supreme Court affirms, then it will now come back to the court of. It will now come back to the. That is, if the EFCC becomes successful, they will now start the investigation. And at that point, they can decide, they as an anti-graft agency, they may say, what are we doing with 2027? Let us come closer. I mean, what are we doing with 2003? Let us come closer. Let us look at 215 down. Let us look at 27 to the.
Hello? Yes, good evening. Go ahead. Hello? Go ahead. (0810) Yes.
Look at. Let us examine it from the.
Bryce, are you still there? Hold on. Go ahead. Good evening.
Yes, Maxwell.
Yes, Obed.
Yes, Maxwell, what I was saying, I was wondering, because I had a thought how a court will restrain an agency that is saddled with the responsibility to investigate financial misappropriation. And the court will say, don't investigate. You understand? So the thing, I had so much thought about it. I tell you. So I think it's a welcome development. This is not all about just ODD alone. It's all about other past governors of this state. They have to investigate them. You understand? Properly.
Thank you.
You know, many of them have hide under this perpetual injunction to do whatever they like.
All right.
Like
Thank you.
a certain time that we hardly find our budget and all that. So I think it's a welcome development.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Barrister?
Yes.
You have always accused, sorry, sir, you've always accused the EFCC of being corrupt. What would they do? At the end of the day, if it goes their way, that, okay, you can now look into the affairs of this state. So what? What would they do?
This was one of the reasons. This was one of the reasons why I said the EFCC is corrupt. I may not mention them. I may not be able to point out names, but I know that the previous administration, this administration pushing hard on this issue, thumbs up to them. But the previous Bauer, all those people, if of course you see what happens from the boss of EFCC to prison and so on, they are all corrupt. I was saying it, and I keep saying it. They are all corrupt. Even most of, let me not say they are all corrupt. Many of them, so many of them are corrupt, very, very corrupt. So many, not all. You understand? If I say all, then it's fallacious. But so many are corrupt, just like anywhere, just like Jesus could not also say, out of the 12, even before our Lord Most High, one was evil, and he couldn't see, though he saw the intent, but as we were taught that it was decided so. But with respect to EFCC, I used to say it. I say it. Even with respect to what they do now, they concentrate with the Yahoo boys. I'm not saying Yahoo is good, but they play games with them. You understand what I'm saying? They play games with them. Not all. They are not all corrupt, but the majority of them and the key personnel, most of them are corrupt. But for this one they want to do, they want to do now, thumbs up for them.
Barrister,
thumbs up for the current administration of EFCC to have allowed this process, to have pushed it this far.
Barrister,
thumbs up for them.
Barrister, we have a whole lot of former governors who have left office, left their states impoverished.
Yes.
And you hear EFCC is going after this person. But the people in the party at the center, no EFCC goes after them. Except if the person insults anybody who is at the top. The moment he insults anybody or says anything, criticizes anybody at the top, then EFCC will go after. What kind of EFCC is that?
That's the part of the corruption I'm saying. That's the reason why one man will be bold to say anything as whoever you are. He says anything, he insults people on national television. He doesn't. If you are saying, if I want to say, I should be guided with my words because some persons are more elderly, But you say anything you want because you know that 3 near 3, so monkey must jump smartly. You understand what I'm saying? So EFCC, he knows that EFCC, they control the EFCC. Even as Victor Rocco is talking like this now, they will look for something to open me up and ask the EFCC to come in. Thank God I have nothing. That's what I'm talking about. That's why even the politics. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, when I come up, I'll tell you that the little appointment, take it to, because my prayer, my oath with God is that thing that will make me not to talk, that thing that will make me not to, don't give it to me. Even if I try to get it, don't give it to me. But once if I have it, I will say it. I'll try to make I'm not a perfect person, but I'll try to keep my record straight. So at the moment, we'll keep shouting, we'll keep speaking. We'll also call in for other voices so that we'll use criticism to better our EFCC. But I know that the EFCC is not just on its own. They are independent.
How independent is the EFCC?
They are
How
independent indeed.
independent?
Independent indeed. That's how independent they are. They are independent indeed. They are independent to you and me and those who are not at the helm of affairs as to the center. But they are dependent when it comes. Who pays them salary? I don't know. I've not checked all of those things. But if we know that, look, they have their votes, they have this and so on, then there are things you have to regulate. Even at that, the appointment, Mr. President can remove EFCC boss anytime. In fact, to become an EFCC boss, you need to lobby. You need to lobby. Yes, you lobby for it. It's not like even the civil service where you now grow from the cadre, from rank and file. You grow, maybe excellence may now land you there. No, you lobby to be the EFCC boss, and I'm very sure that just like every other organization, you lobby to head departments there. So, my brother, we can't help it, but I think gradually we'll get there. Like this case of River State, EFCC not checkmating River State has been a problem to me, and that is why River State.
Barrister,
Yes.
do you think we should apply this formula? I formulated it where, okay, after investigation, they discover that, okay, you had 3 trillion in your tenure. How much did you use for salary, project, this and that? Okay, let us assume you used 800 billion for that. It means 2.2 trillion is missing. You can't account for it. Okay, that 2.2 trillion, can you bring 2 trillion wherever you've hidden it? Then the other 200 billion, we can leave it for you. I'm just thinking aloud. I'm being sincere and being open-minded.
EFCC as an independent anti-graft, they have the powers to carry on with plea bargain. You understand? Plea bargain is just like a social criminal contract between the accused person and the prosecution. So they can enter into plea bargain. They also have the powers, I think so, I feel so, they have the powers to not to forgive crime, but they can decide not to prosecute. They can decide, like what I think is like Section 11 of the Interpretations Act. If you have power to investigate, make findings, run into conclusion, and push for prosecution, you can also look at it and say, okay, let me consider. This person has shown good faith. Though it is still within the part, you've not no conviction, no acquittal, but so you can say, okay, for this person to have done this, let us do this. I've not digested the act establishing EFCC to that extent, but I think by virtue of the Interpretations Act, when you have power to do A, that power includes XYZ. In as much as it is akin, it is, associated with your power. You shouldn't do A and leave B if the both are associated with your power. I hope you get me clearly. So, yeah, so I think they have such powers. They have such powers to look at it. I also support that view, so that all we want is for Nigeria to be a better place. While we are strengthening our laws, we look for other ways, since the laws are not yet strengthened. We look for other ways to win these people back. Those that have stolen, because we couldn't look. Let me tell you, until we ensure that things are done electronically, everything is done. If you watch Jam, it is now difficult to cheat. People cheat, but it is difficult. You understand? Because it's all about the electronical things. Now, if you go closely to our banking system, though they still, but you only need to strengthen the system against corruption. If you don't strengthen the system against corruption, even in practice, like there are things we normally do in practice when you make mistake. I have done it before, but I will not say it here. Just to cover up. You don't want a shame in the court. You have to do it sharp. Sometimes you arrange with the registrars to do it. Hello?
Mm,
You arrange with the registrars to do it, as it were, in River State Judiciary. And you get it clean. And you know how to. But today, you don't do it. Once you file and make any mistake in your process, the other man sees it. You understand? The other party sees it, except he's yet to file anything. Otherwise, once you file in anything, automatically the system itself alerts him, and if he goes in, he sees it.
Okay. All right.
You understand what I'm saying? So we must, like you see, somebody will sit and write one contract and do this. There is no mail. There is nothing to show. Documents to bring your system. You see transactions from the past. So now, why is it that our banking system, yes, they are corrupt, but you can see that the system is checkmating them. Are they not Nigerians working therein? Look at our banks. You understand? The system fights them. Look at the Shell Petroleum, look at Total, and so on. Because every mail is being checked. Once your line head knows what you are doing, if you use the system, it is being checked. Therefore, yes, they are corrupt. They are Nigerians.
But
that corruption is in their blood.
But it's minimal.
It's because the system is checking you, man. Because the system checks you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Barrister Victor Rocco, for clearing the air. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Felix.
Yes, go ahead. Good evening.
My good friend, Maxwell.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Quickly, sir.
I have a single question. This EFCC we are hearing, is it Nigerian EFCC, which we know, or British or American EFCC? Thank you.
All right, keep the calls coming in and your messages as well. I'd love to take them all. Good evening, Sir Max. My name is Abraham Chimerum from Rupoko. The delay of justice is injustice. It is crystal clear. It is crystal for Dr. Peter Odili to have gone to court in the first place, allegedly, implies that in the court of hens you cannot find a cockroach. I wish the probe will work so that others will retrace their steps. All right. Actual greetings. The probe shouldn't be centered on Dr. Peter Odili administration. All the former governors that served from 1999 to 2023 should not be left out. If EFCC chairman fails to probe the past administration, the probe becomes useless. All the past governors have no immunity, therefore, they should be subjected to the probe. Let it not be a selective probe. Nobody is above the law of the land. All right? Thank you. Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening, Mark.
Go ahead, sir.
Well, I don't know whether the lawyer is out. Is it still around?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. It's good that it has happened. That the Supreme Court of today has the case, how many years now, traveled and reached them is now that they have vacated the thing.
No, they said all parties should go back and the appeal court should hear the matter. That's
They should go back to where the matter. But what I wanted to ask you, the lawyer online, is now that if finally EFCC finish and was able to get the whole thing in order, have they the right to go to the state, that's River State, and just demand to start?
Yes, once the court gives them a nod, they can go ahead and do. The only issue now is they can now decide to say, okay, we will do from here to here. We will not do this other one. That's where the problem is. That's where the people are saying, do for all.
If they say so, at least the person that is in charge now, being the present governor, has the full right to decide on who and who. Or where
It's not a present governor thing. You don't understand what we're saying. Anyway, call back. It's not a present. The EFCC is the one pushing whatever they're pushing. At the end of the day, the thing rolls and then gets back to the Supreme Court and they upheld it. Yes, that you can now look into the affairs of River State, how Kobo and Naira is spent. the EFCC can now say, okay, but people are saying you must look from 1999 till date, too. But they can decide to say we'll do 1999 to 2007. Or we'll leave 2015 and 2023. Or 2023 and depending on when this case will wrap up. I don't know. So it's not the governor has the right. It's not a governor thing. Yes, go ahead.
Hello? Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Thanks. The vocation of the law, I believe maybe, fortunately, if this present EFCC, if they choose the governor that they are going to investigate, maybe after everything, they investigate the ones they told them to investigate and left office. I hope EFCC either 30-35 or 30-40, whoever that enter power. River State, those that is working under EFCC, they don't have a power to investigate whoever they want to investigate. Eh?
Good evening. Go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Tango Barman Mahan, from the Community Canal Local Government.
Yes,
I would have said that EFCC would have done a great job. But the issue with Nigeria issue is that we have religion, politics, and ethnic sentiment. You know that people are not arguing this Odili program to the fact that they with Wiki and is not supporting things. If we don't have issue like that, you know that those matter will not come up. And another issue is that people will say, hey, this one for not take it. They know question and because came from here. So Nigeria I think have a long way to go, not even the EFCC. Basically, they are doing their own job, they are trying their best. But the people, the Nigeria people is another problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time. All right, let's take some messages. Good evening, Max. With all this brouhaha, our politicians are doing all in the name of selfish politicking. The turbulence that will sweep all of them, and still them go use their hand do them too, and that day done the near. Moses. Thank you. Hello. Good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. I just called back to, I have been able to understand what you're saying.
Okay.
That means if they have the right to choose from anywhere, if they want to prove River State, they have that right. Don't you think, like what I'm saying, I can't go for Supreme Court of nowadays, though. Not only in River State, everywhere, since in this present government. Don't you think that there is something behind it? People believe there. They can decide to choose Tito Dini. Do you think that, let's call a spade, do you think that in the Supreme Court of today, with what is happening with Wike in Abuja and all that, do you think that Wike could be picked up and say, okay, let's investigate Wike? Because now the present governor is still on. Do you think they can be bold enough to do that? Because he was the one last year, they try, he fought with them, he did everything. Now he is with, do you think they can? That is where we will know actually whether there's something behind this kind of judgment that is coming. If you take that of local government, he dissolved during his own time. It is also in this same time that this thing came to be. The appeal court on a rule to the favor of those people and put everything on that. Do you think that in this time, with what happened between them and Wike during his own time, that they can use this opportunity? That's what I wanted to ask your lawyer. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, good evening, Lucky Master.
Welcome,
the
sir.
The farmer.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Thanks to your guest, Victor Oracle. Yesterday, when the news broke out, I was one of the happiest man on earth. Because I have said in this platform and other sister stations concerning what Dr. Peter did to River State. And the madness in governance in River State is orchestrated by that singular act of perpetual injunction orchestrated by Dr. Peter. All the madness by governance in Rivers State is predicated from that. Now, look at what is going on again. Supreme Court told us that Celestine Omeya was never a governor in eye of the law. Wike, FCC minister now, was carrying him all along, paying him money. Since former His Excellency, Governor of Rivers State, has continued again. Anywhere he goes with Celestine Omeya as a former governor. The madness that kept us where we are in the quagmire is done by Dr. Pitodu. Today is the health beneficiary. He has his children working in the government of Rivers State, in the judiciary and in executive. I don't care. I know that if it's orchestrated by anybody, tomorrow the king will hunt that same person, which I am sure. If not, how can a governor, EMUK, was boasting the last time when he was the governor here, that if EFCC comes after him, he will show them bridges. A governor. So it's a good one. Whether they want to start it with Dr. Odile alone, I don't care. But the madness must stop. The impunity they rule us as governors in this state must stop because the money is owned by you and me. Lucky Master, God bless you. I wait for eyewitness report.
Yes, go ahead. Good evening.
Good evening, Maxwell, my good brother.
Yes, sir.
Is calling you from Iguacha. Okay, the same people. This is ESCC way they talk, right? If from Cotonou come at it from where? For this Nigeria. Maybe the same ESCC like a Supreme Court. I beg you, may they go sit down. If they want to start, may they start from beginning to the end. May they not play Pashao. Bye-bye.
All right.
God bless
you. He says, I beg, may they go sit down. You see, when people carry themselves, they do anyhow. See what EFCC has caused. This Senate president does not have a case with EFCC. So Joel said, once you cross over, your sins are forgiven. And I said it, and I make bold to say it. If you want to arrest people, all the governors in all the states from 1999 till 2023, these ones that are still in, they are not, the immunity covers them. All must be arrested. No one must be left out. So this, somebody goes to criticize somebody. The next morning they say, they enter a house, they shake fire. EFCC is after they invited him. Yes, good evening, welcome.
Hello, Mr. Maxwell.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Reginald.
All right.
In as much as I support the fight against corruption, but in this case now, the Supreme Court decision concerning Rivers State, I don't think I should celebrate it. And the reason why I will not celebrate it, I will not call it a welcome development, is that in as much as we have been seeing selective investigations, EFCC now choose whom to investigate and whom not to investigate because of the power that gives. That is the reason why the work of EFCC has just been a mess, and which is not going to be different from the case of Rivers State. Some people will go in for it, and some people will become the best.
All right, thank you, Regina. We're out of time. Thank you, sir. Thank you. That's much you can take on this segment. We hope, maybe like I said, Nigeria probably will be better when our children, the Gen Alphas, will come up, because those ones ask questions. For these millennials and the Gen Zs, I don't see any hope. A miracle might happen. However, let us leave it at this level. If you want to clean the system, a lot of people will be arrested, including former presidents, all of them, former governors, all of them, former ministers, all of them, former commissioners, all of them. You know how many people will be in jail. So you can say, okay, you, how much you thief? 1 trillion. After you found out now, they have eaten some. Some have invested, some will confiscate the investment. The this thing that is coming from the investment, you push it into the poor people's life, use it to build good roads, build hospital. Say, okay, go and cut grass. We'll be seeing the person every morning. The person will go to the stadium to cut grass. They do it in other countries now. We'll be right back for Eyewitness. Stay with us.
You may not realize it, but do you know you can always show your love for others with simple gestures? Here are some of them. Always look for the good in people. There are two sides to every story. We have our good and bad sides. So, look for the good in people. Focus on people's potential. Everyone has potential. So, rather than put them down, help them realize it. Choose to love. If you're given an option between giving love and receiving love, choose giving because that is a more practical choice. Treat everyone as equals. This means letting go of all the prejudice and partiality. See people for who they really are, not their jobs, not their apparels or bank accounts. If everyone does this, then the world will be a better place. Love yourself. You cannot give what you don't have. So, before you try to love other people, love yourself first. Forgive. We all make mistakes. So, whether it's a family or a stranger, the best way of showing love is forgiveness. Everyone deserves a second chance. Show compassion. Care for other people. Care for what they are going through. Do what you can to help. Give back to the community. Remember that a single drop of water can cause countless ripples. That donation, no matter how small, can inspire others to do the same. Smile, even to strangers. Remember that you're never fully dressed without a smile. So, do not underestimate the power of a smile. Not only does it lighten up your face, it will also brighten up another person's day. Be the spark of positivity you want to see. When you smile, the whole world smiles with you. This message is brought to you by Today95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Welcome back. Now time for Eyewitness Reports. Please, I'd love to get your messages as early as possible. The number is 0701 9339 962, the message number. If I become a president, and of course the system is rotten, or if you become a president and the system is rotten the way it is now, the system is rotten. Some of you don't know the depth of rottenness. You don't know. It's so deep. Let me tell you, no institution in Nigeria right now is independent. Government institution. There's influence from every corner. And you, if you are in office, you have to do what they want you to do now. Else they kick you out of office. What we have now are strong men. So if you now enter as a president and you want to clean the system, what would you do? You start arresting people and probing them. You will stay in office for 8 years without building one road. I can assure you. You stay in office for 8 years without building one road. You can't waste your time on that. The best thing you can do is to appeal to their conscience. Because they want to fight you. And they want to use every means to fight you. And the citizens are beckoning on you for light road and all that. So the best you can do, you apply a little bit of force. Don't be too democratic, else they'll mess you up. You stole 1 trillion. We'll take 850 billion. Take 150. If they have built houses, you confiscate the houses. Turn it into factories. That's the best way. Once you're able to break their ankles like that, they won't be able to fight you, because that's what gives them power. What gives these men power is the money they have stolen. When you see some ex-governors talking with so much pride and arrogance, it's money, oh. Nothing else. Oh. Poor man, they talk like that. Oh. They have stocked up so much in dollars. People who keep money in GP tanks, money is meant for education, money is meant to make life comfortable for you. Maxwell, greetings. My eyewitness is on the Guru Taiche Road. Do we really have Riwama in River State? Maxwell, come and see the level of waste bin along Iguruta Eche Road. Starting from Iguruta roundabout, you will see a heap of waste bin. I'm calling on Riwama to come and remove the waste bin. Thank God, ability at Tuebu. Go ahead. Good evening. Yes, go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, please.
My name is Oji, calling from Bate.
Go ahead.
My eyewitness is that in Obagana there is no light. They should cut the power to give us light.
Go ahead. Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Maxwell.
Yes, please.
You are original, I call back. Mr. Maxwell, I just want to remind the NDDC that the so-called solar system that they are giving to communities, light up communities. I don't know how they forget Chogocho community. And the Chogocho community is supposed to be the number one, because coming from a greater to Eche, Chogocho is the number one community in Eche. And with the fast development that the Chogocho community is going through, NDBC up to have done the needful by bringing this solar system to light up the community in order to give the community the look that it's supposed to have. And also, the Chogocho pipeline road in the chain up to be an NDBC project. NDBC is supposed to also come and help us and then solve the problem that the people are going through. Because if that road is fixed, Chogocho pipeline road to Umechem, the other road that you apply through the junction, at least the level of traffic will reduce from that road also. So I'm calling on NDDC to do the needful. Also the River State government, in as much as I agree is doing a lot because of the political difference. But that should be flying, but it is supposed to do. Very well.
Thank you very much. Hello? Go ahead. Good evening.
Yeah, look, Maxwell.
Yes, sir.
Roger the farmer.
All right.
My eyewitness report, firstly, had to be about myself, Lucky Maxwell. Lucky Maxwell, my 2 plots of land where I was doing my farming activities in Eche, Igbo precisely, that was grabbed. Lucky Maxwell, I am still pleading my aid. To Chief of Staff, Edison Ogrenye, let them help me. Those who grab the land, they are Nigerians. They are not aliens. But as I speak, a known chief majesty in the land is interested in the matter and has come into the matter. I want to urge the rest of them to join him and join forces to assist me to recover my land. This is farming season. What will I do? I'm going down every day. They should help me. It's my sweat. My sweat. Thank you, Lucky Maxwell. God bless your station and God bless you. I remember the mother.
Thank you, sir. Please keep the calls coming in. I'd love to hear your eyewitness. Good evening. I'm so sorry. Please, can you call back? Can you call back? Please. Please. The network is messed up, so you just need to keep on trying. Don't give up. Or you can send messages, right? You can send messages. WhatsApp messages are a little bit faster. 0810. Sorry, for WhatsApp 0701 9339 962. 0701 9339 962. Good evening.
Hello, Lucky
Go ahead, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
My name is Les. I'm coming from Port Harcourt.
All right.
Do you think that Governor Fubara is telling the whole Rivers people that his interest is for Rivers people? His interest is for Rivers people. This man is a governor that 10,000 civil service were employed under his watch. He cancelled the employment. People were employed in the University of Education. He cancelled the employment. Since last year, June, he ordered the VC to recruit employment there. And people were employed in universal basic education. And these people, they also protested the week before last week, week before last. Up to now, he has not given orders for these people to do anything concerning the poor masses. Now, they are now clashing of Titan. Please, you should advise the governor to look into the poor masses. Well, anything they are doing there, it does not concern the will deliver poor people. He should look down. He should look down. We are suffering here. Thank you. That is my concern. My name is Blaise. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Thank you, sir. Very genuine concern. Very, very genuine. I've always said it. Please think about your own welfare. Forget about the people they call gladiators. Gladiators that don't have any sword to fight. Have you ever seen them come out face to face to fight? They fight on the media. Think about yourself. Oh. I love that man. If you're sending any video, please give a description. Give a description. Okay, what's happening at location 15 by Shell? Please, when you just put up a video, so, okay, talk now. What do you want? Do you understand? I don't understand what you're saying. Good evening.
Evening, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Chima, calling from Echir.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Max, good evening. I'm HM. We are running our schools, various schools, with our salary. So government should help us and give us a price. We are buying marker with our salary. We are buying other educational materials with our salary. We are tired of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good evening, Max. Inform Chief Tony Okocha that Rumekpe clan is begging him to construct the road linking Omofo Rundeli to Odoha. Rumekpe. This road is an easy link road for both clans. The Rumekpe clan also appreciates him for the good work done in NDDC. Eze White. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Go ahead, sir.
How you doing?
Great,
My
go ahead, sir.
eyewitness report. My eyewitness report is this. My name is young adult calling from Port Harcourt. My address is about this. I have a place which we packed in, a building packed in 29th of December. And I requested for prepaid meter. I went to the office. They want to come and see me. They came and saw the place. Three bedrooms and one wasted content. They said I should register. I thought that when you register for meter, they give you immediately. So I will get me form, and I don't have my eye. I have this eye problem. They helped me and fix and fill it. Then December, we come and connected light. They refuse to come and connect light. But I asked people who are living around here. They said, yes, but since I have registered, they connected light. When they came, they saw that we have connected light. They became annoyed. Why should I connect light? This is 1st of January. Then I told them, look at. They said I should settle them. I give 10,000 naira. They left. Where is the meter? They are coming, they are preparing an account that I will pay you to pay you. I thought that is something that is this the last this March. They bring 3 bills for me, and each of them is 4,800 something naira. And I'm asking, what is it for? They say it's for the flat. So which one is the flat? Now one room, self-contained, you give 34,000. I went to the office on Monday. I met the manager. He said, after explaining, he said, there's nothing I can do. The thing is written. Either I buy the meter or I pay the money. I paid the meter. Before this time around, I bought it with my wife at the same time. We went to Rapani General Hospital before we get ourselves. And that money has been spent. So how do I do now? So I don't know where to take the matter on to, because I don't want anybody to stop me. That's why somebody gave me that money to put meter, because I'm elderly, 1, 2, I am not well to make money again. So I don't want them to stop. But they delayed, and the money was more like, what do I do? Where do I take my report? Thank you.
No, thank you. Good evening. Go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, go ahead.
My name is Everett. I'm calling from Juba.
All right.
My son, my own also is from this Nepal. Two people gone to our mall cable. We went to Nepal. Nepal said I should bring the previous bill. I paid him also, they will not register my complaint. I have to pay transfer back to my house, so I'm bringing the electric bill. Register the complaint. Man came, carry video the place. But then he snapped off video, I didn't know. Carry the thing back to the office. He waited 1 day, 2 days, 1 week. Nowhere. I went to that. They said our problem is 1 point something million. So we wait. After waiting, they said we should provide the money. I said, we provide 1 point something million for NEPA. It's not possible. So we don't wait, nowhere. We have to struggle on our own. All of us must contribute money. And work starting after 3 weeks. We work the light, finish. You know, yesterday, before I wake up this morning, the pass came for night. I carry bill hanging by my door. Say, I see that person there. Say, I catch him. I went to the office today. Nobody talked to me. It's never of a thing. You don't know exactly who to hold. They just throw past anything because that is there. I don't know. I don't know what to say. But it's a cash never man in my house. Returning the money we contribute. We spent a lot of money to go to the whole table. Line. Another person to come and fix that table. Do everything by myself. They participate mine. I don't know how the money should say we have. Of course they know. We have gotten right. They come and give me bill. How can I buy motor for person? Say buy fuel, give them. Now. So, master, that is the problem I'm getting. This NEPA of a thing, I don't know whether it's the law of Nigeria. Keep them there. If there is law of Nigeria, they should change that law. I'm glad another one again. I beg. This one is using us as if we are fools. We are blind.
Thank you.
That's my own problem.
Thank you. Go ahead. Good evening.
Actually, good evening.
Yes, sir.
Happy middle of the week.
Go ahead, sir.
I am Gift calling from Ogun. My eyewitness report. As you remember, I always tell you that I'm enjoying life since Kubra enter office. But if I'm talking to you now, right from that day, they Nelson Wiki and Tinubu enter Supreme Court. Some white to black, some black to white. Not from that day to today we are in darkness. That is what I'm seeing now. Because I don't know whether we do them for this state, whether no one leave this state alone. So be in peace where this state is dead. So, Maxwell, I beg, this state we don't want problem. We don't want anything. I beg, let them help us for this state to Nelson make it don't rule it. Oh, come on, nobody will stop us. Nobody worry us. But now, look at what is happening. Waiting the young man and the people of this state 2 years from make it, we no go leave this state alone. Make this state happy. I beg them for me. Say, me give from Ogun. They beg them. Say, I beg. Let them leave this state. Make this state get peace. Yes, from make it and Tinubu. Two of them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Good evening, Master. This is Eyewitness for President from Meche, Matuzahana. Do you know, going coming from Igrita to airport and Domawa. We have C4I up to 3 or 4 places in that route. From there, coming out at the airport after the hotel to Tiffany Hotel. There's some federal wires that pass from that place airport. Samsung, Umaba, linking them, giving them light to some other places. As I'm telling you, police people are there extorting money from people. Motorists collecting 100 to 200 with force. And all those wires was collected. I don't know if we're going to accuse the police or are going to accuse the thieves. Who are the thieves now? Nobody knows. Since police is there collecting money from people, why would those wire high tension wire lost? Come to between Ishobo to Elele side, the wire is finished. They are there on the road collecting money. Can the commissioner of police look into all this matter and stop police not standing on the road? They are not doing anything for us. We don't know if they are the people that is collecting those wires. What the police, what the army, they call themselves C4I. Nobody know what they are doing. Please, go to Chill Road, go to the chairman, change. Police was standing on the road, but all those boys collected the wires. What are the boys? What are they collaborating with the police? So, Amos Cable lost, even as in Dash, the same thing connecting to the people of Dash, where Ocho for Choice living. There's no pole. There's nothing. Everything missing. Breaking poles. Collect the ions inside. Let the state to also look into that. Let Martin Samuel look into all those things and forget about this all this they are blacking and help us in those things to restore the market back and whatever it is. There are also boys who push. If it is to give them number or to target them or to monitor them, if they are the people doing those things, they make that. Let police shoot you and stop stopping money. That is my eyewitness. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead. Good evening.
My name is Tango Barba Mahansi from
All right.
Okay, my own eyewitness report today is the turn of the board, general hospital by the governor to thank the governor. That hospital is world class with everything. And to thank the governor for giving us that general hospital that will cover the whole river southeast area, the local government. I just thank you.
Hello.
Hello,
Go
Mark.
ahead.
Have a good evening.
Yes, please.
That's my eyewitness report. When I hear that our governor was outside, happy. Kind of does not help. Enough. If you inform somebody, whether you inform somebody with phone call, he later write in his small out of calling.
Chief, your line is breaking. Go ahead. Good evening.
Good evening, my good brother.
Yes, please.
May God bless you. Eyewitness report. You see, that Imo Bridge, for after Vigo here, where the army people they did. I don't talk this one before. I don't talk them again. Let's say some people know they see them. Say that bridge is don't spoil. See, they can't hold up where they're on top of that bridge. It's very, very painful. That's my witness. And this is Wuji Road. That place where they tell you about the water where they come out from gutter. They don't drink some parts, and some parts they never drink them. And that's the thing where they park. Don't they gutter again. Maybe people where go do them, I beg, where the hand go reach or the mouth go reach, tell them may they pack that to them. No need to pick the thing from gutter, leave them there. You know mean anything, you know do them. Please, thank you.
Thank you very much. Hi, Max. Please ask the question. Do we? This is for the other conversation.
Max, good evening, Mr. Houston. Please, I'm using this medium to beg our state governor to remember people of Chokota, Ikurengo, Umeblu. Maxwell, this community don't have road. For more than 32 to 33 years now, we don't have third road. Maxwell, we don't already enter any season. I don't know the fate of my people again. I know what they passed through last year. Know what they have been passing through for many years ago. Maxwell, please, the state governor should remember us. At least clean our tears. I know what the pregnant women what they normally pass through there. If your wife get pregnant in this area, 1 week before before she put to bed, you move her out from that community to neighboring community where it will be easier for you because there is no hospital safe. Please, our state governor, help us put our road in order. Chokota, Ikurengo, Umebulu, straight to Express, Oyibo Express. Help us and do this road for us. God bless you, Maxwell, for your good work.
Good evening.
Hello, Mark.
Yes, sir.
This
Go ahead, sir.
is Philo calling from Port Harcourt.
All right.
My concern is about this Alawi. The River State, they say they used to pay, but since we started, they have not paid us. Yeah, I don't know. Me, I'm concerned about the Alawi. Even if the federal is not increasing it to some level, let even the federal government pay else and let the state pay so we can save. Because we don't know what will happen. Because there will not be employment. So we can save from now before any other. So we know how to come about ourselves by 2020. That's my weakness.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Hello, good evening. Mr. Ma, good evening.
Yes, sir.
Please, my own witness is what is happening in this state. Please, I am begging those top politicians to leave this state alone, that our governor will continue where he stops. And there's a book I read that said the intelligent will close mouth so that the stupid will not be offended. Exactly, that is exactly what we are seeing in this state. Thank you, good evening.
All right. Do you know that almost all the pedestrian pathways in YKC Wuji are now markets? This is my eyewitness. Actually, greetings. Okay. Good evening.
Good evening, Uncle Master.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, okay. My name is Festus. And my eyewitness is a major concern for me. Sir, please, I don't know how you can help us to reach out to the people that are in charge. You know this, our grandmothers and mothers that used to sweep the road very early in the morning. Hello, are you there with me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Sir, I said, do you know this, you know, there are some elderly women that used to sweep the road very early in the morning, within 4 or 5 o'clock. Something terrible happened at them on 3 weeks ago, and it wasn't funny at all. In fact, each one of those our mothers are run away. That is why I will thank you. That's my evidence.
Thank you very much. Rogas Okabie from Ora Bali Community said, I was opportune to visit River State Government House Clinic. I was short of words compared to River State BMH emergency unit. Very bad. Rogers, can you explain further? Let's know what you're saying, because I'm yet to grasp what you're saying. Good evening. Go ahead.
Hello. Good evening, Lucky Maxwell.
Go ahead, sir.
You know, since ever I recovered 95.1, I hardly play another station. I don't call from Woji. Sometimes Woji community, I don't call from Woji. Okay, Woji Estate. My name is Paul. You just say something now. I don't enjoy your programs and other programs from this station. You just make a kind of reason for YGC. Mr. Lord Emmanuel, are you hearing me?
Very clear, sir.
You just say exactly what is happening at YGC. I never know where you live, but that place has turned to total market. If you are walking under preparation, you cannot cross. In the night like this, one man will come out from the community. I think there are two. They will walk around and collect money, put inside bag. I don't wonder myself.
Hello, sir. Go ahead. Hi. Can you call back, sir? Please, can you call back? Please, if you can call back. Good evening.
Good evening, Lucky Master.
Welcome.
Yes, my eyewitness is the herdsmen and their cattle in a land. We don't have guns to fight them. We don't have money to go to Abuja and give judges. We don't have money to go to Port Harcourt and give judges. Should we abandon our farmlands and go to Cameroon or Ghana? What should we do? Please, help me over this question. Thank you.
What do you want me to say now? Maxwell, greetings. Thank God, ability of people. Thank you. I'm trying to. Okay. Let's get this one.
Can you tell River State government or Julius Berger to come back to Rumosi and put that place in order very well? From that Wizoyi close to that Assemblies of God. Because yesterday a car nearly tumbled in that place. The guy was on speed, he was thinking that all is well, everywhere is smooth. When he get to that Wizoyi, Maxwell, nearly that calf for don't tumble. They should come back and just retire that small place now. It's just because of their construction work that spoiled that area. They should come and fix that place, put it in order. How come they will just tie just from that assembly to the under the flyover? They leave this other side because of their construction that made the place to spoil. Leave it. They are leaving. Which person they leave that work for? State should put it together. You know, make sense. Say pack something finish, it's something see the smell. Please.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening, Maxwell.
Go ahead, sir.
Eyewitness report. You see this thing, this my brother complaining. Why these people where the construction company go they work, eh? If they go for Odibo, they work, they live up. Go for Element Junction, they live up. They why now? If they go up see that road. Now jump pass, now they walk there. They not go finish one place, leave them. Say no, they not finish this one. They go leave this one, jump the other side, they lose. Why? Anyone where they want to, may they do and make people know say this one they don't finish them. Don't be jump a pass, walk. That one not the walk. Thank you and God bless you. It's from Iguacha.
Thank you. Okay, Max, thank you for your good work. My witness is that my governor was locked out of the gate of Assembly office. Help me beg them that peace is possible. All right, thank you, Joe. 0810-9510-951, 0817-0000-951. Please join the conversation. Zero 0817-0000-951. Oh boy. Okay, Rogers, you said so. Rogers, what are you saying? Are you saying the River State House Clinic, the government house clinic, is better than BMH, or BMH is better? I need to understand this thing you're trying to make here. Please make me understand. That's what I'm saying. You're confusing me with your grammar. Hmm? You get what I'm saying? Please send me messages if you're trying to call and it's not going through. We've talked about remaking it over and over again. We've talked about Cornerstone Road. The government needs to do something about it. So there's nothing we want to say again now. Government already knows that these roads are bad. So if they know, they should do the needful now. Huh? Is that not so? Hello? Alright, just follow me on Facebook, Lucky Maxwell, LuckyMaxwell. Alright, we still need you're female, you're into real estate management, please still reach out to me. Alright, good evening.
95.1 FM, voice of the people.
And we're back.
It's a Feel Good Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us on Global Sports Updates. Yesterday we had Bishop Ida Peterside on the show with us, And of course, we're x-raying the chances of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And the bishop is pessimistic. He says it's going to be very, very difficult. He actually said it will take a miracle for Nigeria to qualify. But again, he also said there's nothing God cannot do. All we need to do is on the 21st of this month, we are going to Kigali. We have to beat Rwanda. Once we do that, yes, we'll be right there, hope rising for the Nigerian national team, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and a flag being hoisted at the FIFA World Cup in 2026. My name is Godwin Enoch, and I will take a break. When we come back, on the other side, Ida Peter side will be waiting to talk to us. Well, now, Bishop Ida, when you were playing for the Super Eagles of Nigeria as a goalkeeper, Nigeria had a home. The National Stadium in Lagos was home. Once in a while, you guys left Lagos, and came back. Some Nigerians are saying, on the road we struggle. Back home in Uyo, we are struggling. They say the Eagles needs a home. Is that a big factor why our Super Eagles, today's Super Eagles, are struggling?
Does Eagle need a home? No. For me, that does not matter because Nigeria is Nigeria, right? If you're Nigerian, you're Nigeria. And it doesn't matter where you're asked to play. Like you said, we at a point, we even went to Kano and played in Kano. We moved our games to Port Harcourt. We played one game in Benin. I'm just thinking where we played and some of the games we played in Lagos. But the truth about it is, it's not the venue, Godwin. It is the players. It is not the venue. It is the players. And I say this, and I say it with due respect. Most times, the players we bring back to Nigeria don't know Nigeria, don't know our environment. They've been out for a long, long time. That acclimatizing to the Nigerian weather is not easy. Trust me, you see it's winter now in the UK and in Europe, and they are asked to come back here. When I came back, I almost died of heat because the weather was 45, 30 degrees, and I lived in South Africa where you have less, -2. So the acclimatization and the mental adjustment has been the problem we have. Most of these players don't feel Nigeria. You see the UK players at the end of every game, they kiss their jersey. They want to play for England. And most of the foreign players that we get that come to play for Nigeria is because the countries of their birth, the countries that they live, they rejected them. Most of them would wait and see if they would be invited or not. But that's not really an issue. That's why I said the coaching, you must have somebody that thinks like this, that begins to. Stephen Keshi, super Stephen Keshi. I played with Stephen Keshi and he became my coach a little bit in his latter days. I played with Amadou Shuaibu. They would tell you, die for Nigeria. Your parents are watching you. Your brothers are looking at you. But the player that comes from England, you can't tell him your parents are watching you. They don't even have time to watch our television. They are away in England, maybe following on the internet. So a whole lot of adjustment. That's where the leadership comes in. You must bring people again. This coach is doing that. They complained about him that he brought Kanu and he brought some ex-international. I think he's doing the right thing so that these ex-internationals can speak to the players, hang around with the players, change their psychic, and tell them, play for Nigeria. You are no longer in Italy or in Russia, wherever you are. We need that kind of mental adjustment. Once we get that, why is South Africa doing well? They all feel South Africa. Why is Morocco doing well? They all feel Morocco. Why is Cote d'Ivoire doing well? They all feel French. They feel that Cote d'Ivoire is our country and they speak one language, French language. You see, so it's a mental adjustment that we must bring to these players and make them, when I was campaigning for NFL presidency, people mocked at me, they laughed at me, and I said the first thing I would do, that if you can't sing the national anthem, you will not be invited. And I still stand by it. You must know the pledge, you must know the national anthem, and sing the anthem with your heart. My first game for Nigeria was Nigeria versus Ethiopia in Ethiopia. I sang the national anthem and I was crying. Tears were coming out of my eyes. I'm like, Mommy, Daddy, can you see me? I'm fulfilling a dream. Some of these players don't have the flag at heart. So venue is not an issue.
Peter said, are you saying or you are insinuating that only ex-footballers should administer football in Nigeria? If that's what you are saying, some persons will point in the direction of Augustine JJ Okocha as the chairman of the Delta State Football Association. And they will say to you that he failed in flying colors. So, who should administer sport? Should it be only footballers in the PC side?
No. That's not what I'm saying. No, we're not just talking about ex-footballers. We're talking about football people. There's what we call football people, and there's what we call ex-footballers. But there are football people. There are people with passion. Somebody, look at you. You have passion for football. I know a man like Ayadike. He has a passion for football. I know a whole lot of people that have passion at another level for football. That's what I'm saying. The ex-internationals, a lot of times you see the judgment ex-internationals have is that, everybody wants them to be a coach. Everyone wants them to be a coach, be that coach. We all can be coaches. Some of us can be administrators. And now when you say, I've been back to Nigeria for 2 years, you understand? And every time you want to come in, somebody's blocking you. Every time you want to come in, somebody's saying, you think you can just come to Nigeria and take our position. It's not about position. If I were in Europe with the kind of pedigree, I went to school, I went to university. You understand? I studied sports management. Somebody somewhere will say, this man played football. This man is involved in sports. This man has served in the sports circle. He played for Nigeria. Let's use his mind. Let's use him and let him do this for us. But nobody's saying that. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's saying there's an opportunity for this kind of people that have experience, or this kind of people. When it concerns JJ, in the case of JJ, everybody understands. JJ didn't concentrate on being the chairman of the FA in Delta State. We all know that. You understand? He didn't concentrate to be a chairman. It wasn't an issue to him, even when he left. We all know the story. I've had a long discussion with Ikpeba and everybody. JJ will show up when he wants to show up. This man is absolutely very rich. And he had so much fame. His fame transcended being in Delta somewhere. He should have been up somewhere. People like him should have been brought upstairs there. Be our ambassador to do this, or help us handle this. You put him in Delta. I know Delta is Delta, but for him it was, he didn't have time for that kind of small play. I think that's how he failed. No, we're not just talking about ex-international. There are ex-internationals that are educated enough. There are ex-internationals that have the pedigree. We pull them in. They go a long way in helping. You've managed sports. You've been around sports over these years. So there are things that even some ex-internationals might not know. But the combination of what the ex-international knows and what you know put together, you go places. That's all I'm saying.
Wow. Either side, for all that you have said, in all honesty, I can summarize all that you have said, that they don't play for the badge anymore. And of course, they are not as patriotic as you were in your days. This is my summation of all that you have said. You talked about mental adjustment. You talked about foreign players who don't feel Nigeria, as it were. How do we deal with this? You also gave a solution that you need a leader in a coach who can say, okay, if you can't tell or you can't do what Shabu Amadu told us to do, if you cannot do what Stephen Keshi told us to do, then you cannot be part of this team. So, it boils down to coaching once again, Bishop Ida?
Coaching is key. Coaching is so key. You won't believe how key it is. It's you cannot graduate from any university without a good professor, without a good teacher. You can't really qualify to be a great doctor without going to a great medical school. You need coaching. We need top-class coaching. Look at our league. We don't have coaches. I'm telling you, how many coaches are trained? How many of them are well trained to be able to handle the big leagues? Would you recommend any of our coach, even by mistake or by chance, would you recommend any of our coaches to any Premiership side? Would you do that? Would you recommend any of our coaches to go and coach in La Liga? Would you do that? Would you recommend any of our coaches to go and coach in Italy? Would you do that? You see? Now, again, let's put it the other way around. How many of our sports administrators would you recommend to go and handle the English FA? How many of our sports administrators will they welcome with open hands to say, I'm not just talking about just the national side. How many of our administrators in Nigeria, Godwin, would you recommend to go and be the manager of Arsenal or Chelsea? Look at it that way. We must think at that level. Are we able to manage at that level? Are we able to compete at that level? You see what I'm saying? That is the challenge we have. The clubs here are run by government. In the same country, I'll be running one of the teams here in Port Harcourt. But you must be a politician. You must be in a political party. Do you know what these coaches suffer here? Do you know what administrators suffer here? A government commissioner will write a note with 6 names. Now, another note will come from the militants in the creeks and say, this is our players. We have 10 of them. Even if you don't play them, let them be on salary. This is how you run sports in Nigeria. We must go back to professionalism. Individuals must buy clubs. Government must take their hands off football. Or even if the government decides to buy a football team, let the team be run professionally. Let there be a chairman running the board. Let there be a board that is answerable, that can make money, that can run the team professionally, and they're almost like on a lease, to whoever wants to run it. And we've said this over and over again, but it's the same circle. If tomorrow I'm appointed and the governor tells you 3 or 4 players are from Opobo, and 3 or 4 players, what would you do? You would admit them because they run the team and the teams are not run professionally.
Tomorrow we'll be back, definitely, and that will be the final lap of the journey we started on Tuesday, talking with Pastor Ida Petersider. Yes, talking about the chances of Nigeria, why we are failing, and of course, the solutions. All right here on Global Sports Update with yours truly, Godwin in Accra. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget to keep praying for Nigeria. God bless Nigeria.
Talk radio.
I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM. Tune in for a journey beyond the ordinary.
Fasten your seatbelts.
We're not just a station.
We are the station.
Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Please listen to this paid infomercial.
Greetings to you, wonderful people of River State. Thank you for joining us on this health enlightenment, sponsored by Baba Champion Herbs. Baba Champion Day for number 62 Ikwere Road by Egede Street, my one, Jebo, Port Harcourt. You can call Baba Champion on 081 69 20 2525. 081-6920-2525. Let's hear from the Chief Consultant of Brava Champion Herbs.
Thank you so much, dear listener, for being with us. I am the Chief Consultant of Champion Herbs International. We are located at number 62 Ikwere Road by Egede Street, my one, Job, Port Harcourt. Today, I want to talk about erectile dysfunction.
Please, could you break it down so everybody can understand this?
Erectile dysfunction is the inability to get and keep an erection firm enough for intercourse. Having erection trouble from time to time is not necessarily an issue for concern, but when it happens frequently, it becomes a problem. It can cause stress, affect your self-confidence, and contribute to relationship problems. This problem of getting or keeping an erection can also be a sign of an underlying health condition that needs treatment. Male sexual arousal is a complex process that involves the brain, hormones, emotions, nerves, muscles, and blood vessels. Stress and mental health concerns can cause or worsen erectile dysfunction. Common causes include alcoholism and other forms of substance abuse, sleep disorders. If you don't sleep well, it can affect your performance. Tobacco use, too much sugar in the body, obesity, metabolic syndrome, which is a condition involving increased blood pressure, high insulin level, body fat around the waist, among others. We are located at number 62 Ikwere Road by Egede Street, my one, Job, Port Harcourt. Baba Champion Herbs.
We are not jack of all trade. We focus mainly on those issues that cause embarrassment to you as a man.
You can call us on 081 69 20 2525. 081 69 20 2525.
Does it come with symptoms?
Of course, it comes with a lot of symptoms, which, if neglected, could result to terrible conditions.
The symptoms include trouble getting an erection or keeping an erection, reduced sexual desire. You find yourself, as a man, you don't have urge at all. When you experience other sexual problems,
such as premature ejaculation or weak erection.
Other ailments, such as diabetes, heart disease, might also be linked to erectile dysfunction. We are located at number 62 Ikwere Road by Egede Street, my one, Job, Port Harcourt. Baba Champion Herbs. You can call us on 081 69 20 2525. 081 69 20 2525.
Any advice to our listeners?
I advise any man with any of these symptoms to quickly visit an expert. Even if it gets you embarrassed talking to an expert, never mind that. Most times, treating an underlying condition is enough to reverse erectile dysfunction. In other cases, medication or direct treatment helps a lot. So, when you see yourself in this situation, visit an expert. Don't feel ashamed to talk to an expert. We are located at number 62 Ikwere Road by Egede Street, my one, Job, Port Harcourt. Baba Champion Herbs. You can call us on 081 69 20 2525. 081 69 20 2525.
Baba Champion Herbs is all about you. Once you get to our office, we will run a thorough checkup on you, which includes comprehensive tests that will help us locate the root cause of your problem before we face it squarely. We don't charge anything to run the test on you. It is of utmost importance to us because it helps us to actually understand your situation and how best to tackle it. Remember, at Baba Champion Herbs, our main focus is on how to bring out the real action in you as a man. Make no mistakes. Visit an expert.
We are located at number 62 Ikwere Road by Egede Street, my one, Job, Port Harcourt. Baba Champion Herbs. You can call us on 081 69 20 2525. 081 69 20 2525.
Thank you very much.
Follow the road, follow the road.
And that was a paid infomercial.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Don't get it mixed up. You are listening to Today 95.1 FM. Your premium talk, news, and sports station in Port Harcourt. We are the voice of the people.
Hello, my people. Are you ready for an electrifying experience that would send shivers down your spine? Welcome to the thrill. Hold on tight as we dive into the hottest highlight tracks that will make your pulse race and your feet move. It's not just a show. It's a musical and talk adventure that would leave you craving for more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the thrill. Mondays to Thursdays, 9 p.m. Only on Today 95.1 FM. Rain on the mix.
láti dáyé wáṣẹ ọ̀nà tí máa ń kí gbogbo ọmọ olórin àpàlà ọmọ olórin orin táyé ń fẹ́ ni mo kọ èdè táyé ń fẹ́ ni mo pè ìlú táyé ń fẹ́ ni mo lù ìjọ ojúbọ làlàyé ń jó sí ẹni orin bá ní fèsì ní àjẹwò. áńgẹ́lì mi. Orin ni. Àwọn áńgẹ́lì mi o. Orin náà fẹ́ pọ̀. Bísí Pasuma ló ṣe music. You say. Bísí Pasuma ló ṣe love. You say. Bísí Pasuma ló ṣe bad. You say. Orin dùn kọ́ ló jẹ́ kọ́ta o. Wọ́n wá kìí torí gbọdọ̀. Àṣẹ Ọlọ́run máa lórí képọ̀. Àmọ́yé àwọn áńgẹ́lì o. Lọ́kọ̀ọ́rí fọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba lórí ìtẹ́ mímọ́. Orin mímọ́ ní Paso ń kọ́ ló jẹ́ kọrin tèmi yàtọ̀ gédéńdé o. Orin táyé ń fẹ́ ni mo kọ́. Èdè táyé ń fẹ́ ni mo pè. Ìlú táyé ń fẹ́ ni mo lò. Ìjọ ti bọ́lá láyé ń jó sí ẹni orin bá ní ìfẹ̀sí ní àjẹmọ́ orin. Àwọn áńgẹ́lì mi. Orin ni. Àwọn áńgẹ́lì mi o. Orin ni. Àwọn áńgẹ́lì mi. Orin ni. Àwọn ọlọ́jọ́ tẹ̀lé o. Orin ni. Ìyá bẹ́bọ̀. Orin ni. Alájà tẹ máa jẹ dáadáa sí. Wọ́n lè nọrí òun náà kọ́ni pọ̀lọ̀. Ọlọ́dà ni wá sí láti òyìn bọ́ra òun náà. Àlùjọ náà náà rí pátí àbújá.
Well, we are here and it is another night for some adrenaline popping activities, adrenaline popping conversations only, because it is the thrill, beautiful people. And as the Amaka of Port Harcourt, I'm here to give you the hottest, the juiciest, everything happening as it is hot. So trust me to bring to your doorstep. Actually, is there something like ear step? Because I'm bringing this information to your ears. Beautiful people, how's your day go? I hope that you had a good day. I hope you succeeded in your quest for Urgent 2K. If you do not make Urgent 2K, don't worry, tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow we go again. Because now who give up, do what? Complete it. So do not give up, okay? Let's continue to do our best. I do hope you're having a swell time on the radio. So for those of you who just finished with Maxwell and the issues that we have to deal with in this country, it choke, right? But then our lawmakers seem to be doing the most. I mean, some people said they should do their work, Abby. Well, the conversation on the table tonight, you get to decide whether or not you think that this is a step in the right direction. If it is something you agree with, right, you call in and tell me, you text in, let's get to know your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Would you say that this is a step in the right direction? Well, you know how Nigeria, right? We are a lot in this country. We are a lot. Like, if Nigeria were to become a seasonal film, look, I don't think that the world is ready for what we have to offer. Like, the seasons go choke. I don't think the world is ready. Show me another country that is as dramatic as we are. Everything from our leaders to our everyday citizens. We are a lot, So our lawmakers will, have plenary sessions, and then they will, decide that they want to ban certain things. And before you know it, we're looking at these people and do the things that they have decided to do. Well, one such ban would be the ban on porn sites, that is pornography sites in Nigeria. Well, the lawmakers decided it was time for pornography to go. There are people who have actually applauded this decision, and then for others, they are saying, look, this is not what we need right now. At this point, it just feels like any policy that is not directed at, ameliorating hardship, people are not interested in it. So it doesn't even matter if, these people, if it feels like some people don't take time to consider, to look at the pros and cons, to check out whether or not the decision that has been made, or if there has been a ban, if it actually has any societal relevance. People are not interested in anything that does not have to do with, that does not involve fuel is now 200 naira per liter. Gary is now 1,000 naira per custard rubber. Rice is now 10,000 naira per bag. Nobody's interested in anything. A lot of people, at least, are not interested in anything apart from, the things that would make life easy. Let's go back to when my favorite bread was 800 naira. Not now that I'm buying it for almost 2,000 naira. And every time I buy it, my heart to be, doing bing, bing, bing. My chest will just be paining me because, please, I go through severe pains. And I know that is how a lot of Nigerians feel. So we'll talk about this, beautiful people. Would you say that this is a step in the right direction? Do you think that we need some form of moral cleanliness in our dearly beloved country, Nigeria? Sit tight. The conversation is going to be hot, but then again, it is the thrill. And as your markup Port, I'm sitting pretty on it, so why not? It's going to be hot. It's going to be sizzling. All right? So get ready to come in with your calls. Get ready to come in with your text messages as well. I dare for you.
Block internet websites hosting pornographic contents and sanction defaulting internet service providers, standing in the name of Honorable Alatu Shehu Tafoki. Honorable Tafoki is invited to move the motion.
Mr. Speaker, very distinguished colleagues, I remain Honorable Engineer Shehu Alatu Tafoki, representing Paskari, Kankara Sabwa Federal Constituency. I'm from Katsina State. I write to move a motion for the need to block internet website hosting pornographic content and sanction defaulting internet service providers. The House notes that cyber pornography is fast becoming a global problem and no concrete steps have been taken to curb the phenomenon of cyber pornography in Nigeria. Aware that Nigeria is a highly religious country and all the major religions in the country have forbidden nudity and obscenity in any form. Also note that the countries across Asia, Africa, and the Middle East have enacted legislation that ban pornography in their domains. Aware that renowned psychologists and sociologists around the world have issued stern warning on this psychological, sociological, and mental consequences of viewing pornography contents. Concerned deeply that some of the immediate effects of viewing pornography contents include A. Causing deception in marriage and which may later on affect family life. B. Promoting adultery, prostitution, and many oral expectations that can result in dangerous, promiscuous behavior. C. Leading to addiction, escalation, desensitization, and the acting out sexually by one person. D. Change of attitude toward oneself and his family. Resolve 2. 1. Urge the Nigerian Communication Commission, NCC, to direct the internet service providers operating in the country to take immediate steps to block all websites that host obscene and pornography content. 2. Also urge the Nigerian Communication Commission to apply the full rigors of the Nigerian Communication Act and National Information Technology Development Act NIDA against the defaulting internet service providers. And finally, mandate the Committee of Communication and Legislative Compliance to ensure implementation and report within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Honorable Dr. Gali.
Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable colleagues, my name is Dr. Gali Mustafa Tijani. I represent Alabasu Gajing Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion as moved by my colleague. I so second.
Egumbabura live on Hazino Bokoro Katuganoma, one on Hachuamoa Galalo, never Kuku with Ibola Gala, Lokabuko Name with your Sonyanisa. Obazu Kazunaz in our way, Jikuru Katuganoma, Mabu Nepawarin in Nodori, which is the needy boy, which is in Naurula, and when one I have a Delena Judge, and when Mabenora, Nague Iquerele, which is the needy boy, which is in Naurula, and when one I have a Delena Judge. Woman, the Bagasa Canolu, Okabukari Banya Dagmeni Nuli, Okabugaza. I may Ganolu, Inuru Ganunda, Nurulena Yabu, anyone get down or Tiri, anywhere black on Ayayi, Okabunagume, Nuloy, I
All right, beautiful people, let's get right into the conversation. So the House of Representatives has ordered a total shutdown of porn websites nationwide. The House directed the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, to enforce the immediate shutdown of the websites in the country. The House gave this directive during plenary yesterday. The lawmakers suggested that the internet providers must block access under the new directive. So the motion was moved by the member representing Faskari, Kankara, Sabua Federal Constituency, Dalhatu Tafoki, and he called it a step to protect societal values. He said a lot of things that Nigerians, have pointed out. And one of it will be that Nigeria is a highly religious country. And now you begin to imagine, so after all this time, we are suddenly realizing that we are a religious country and they want to do something about, the fact that we are religious, and they want to take steps to change certain things. So he says Nigeria is a highly religious country. I'm just going to quote him now again for emphasis. Nigeria is a highly religious country, and all the major religions in the country forbid nudity and obscenity in any form. Also note that countries in Asia, Africa, and the Middle East have passed legislation that bans pornography in their domains. Okay. Well, Ichoko, he said a lot of things. I'm sure that you picked up some others. Well, netizens have jumped on this, and a lot of people are asking questions. One of the questions would be, why do they suddenly think that this is relevant? And how do they even know to ban porn websites in the country? And so there's something called VPN, right? This one time, I think that was during President Buhari's when we had Muhammadu Buhari as president. So he banned X, then it was Twitter, right? So he banned Twitter in Nigeria. And you know what? I don't know, but we cannot do this thing where we take away how intelligent Nigerians are. They found a way to get on the Twitter space irrespective of the ban. So they just tell you to go and use VPN. So you just say, oh, use VPN, and then you use VPN, and then we are here on Twitter. So people could access Twitter via the VPN. Well, Nigerians are now saying, following this move by the House of Reps to ban pornographic websites in the country, that they should begin with or by making sure that Nigerians do not have access to VPN, because that's the only way something like this will hold water. So there's a group of Nigerians who are interested, who have referred to this as positive growth, okay, who have said that, okay, look, it's not a bad thing after all, because if we claim to be a religious nation, whether it is Islam or Christianity or the African traditional religion, whatever it is that people practice, that all of these religions forbid nudity and all of the other things that are associated with pornography. So some Nigerians are saying, okay, let's look at it from the bright side. It's actually a step in the right direction. If we can purge our society, or from things like this, right, that it will actually be good for the society. And then some others have failed to see the relevance of this ban on pornographic websites. Some Nigerians are saying, look, the lawmakers should do something better. They should do other things when they sit, and to have conversations like this. Their plenary sessions should actually, be productive for Nigerians. They should come out of plenary and tell us that they have enforced something that would reduce the price of fuel. They should come out of plenary and tell us that a bag of rice will now be sold for 20,000 naira, for 15,000 naira, So some Nigerians are saying, while this is not a bad thing in itself, we have a lot on our plates. There are other things that are more important that should precede bans like this. And the fact that, there are certain things that are still expensive in the country, and some of these things are imported. I think this was last week here we talked about multi-choice Nigeria going against the FCCPC's decision, asking them to halt their price increase thing, right? So the fact that multi-choice Nigeria did not honor the restriction imposed by the FCCPC, they went ahead to increase the prices. So, I mean, those things are I think they started from, let's say, the 1st of March. The new prices went into effect from the 1st of March. So people who did renew and those who will be renewing subsequently would have, I think they would have to add that's 2,000 naira. That's what I was told. Yes. So maybe you haven't checked. It depends on your package though, but just know that you are most likely going to be paying an extra 2,000 naira. And so the fact that multi-choice, did this thing where they did not exactly pay attention to what FCCPC said they should do. FCCPC said, hold on. FCCPC is the body regulating things like this in Nigeria. And then a foreign company, now decides to disregard what the FCCPC said. Look, don't do this thing for these people. So some Nigerians are saying we should have conversations, like lawmakers should do this thing where some of these things should be regulated. Nigerians should not be made to pay so much for so little. There's the problem of electricity tariff. A lot of people are paying so much for so little, especially those who use the prepaid meter, those who have been termed or tagged band A customers, those who have been tagged band B customers. They pay so much. They spend a lot of money, to get units, and then you buy units. I don't even know how that thing works, but I know that they pay so much for such a little amount of units that they get at the end of the day. And I mean, the uproar so far has been enormous. So some Nigerians are asking, why have the lawmakers failed to look into things like that? Make sure that Nigerians do not suffer so much. So there's that one on the side, there's just, and recently now, the CBN said, there was something about withdrawing from an ATM, extra charges, blah, blah, blah. Usually when you use the ATM from your bank, right? I think there's no amount of money that will be charged. Oh, now there's an amount of money to be charged. Using POS is even a whole lot. POS vendors, some of them claim to buy money, so they will tell you that, oh, it's expensive to buy money and this is happening, that's why they have to. It's just, the prices are outrageous. So there's that, on the side as well. So Nigerians are asking, how about our lawmakers do this thing where they begin to pay attention to the things that actually bother the people and, try to do things differently, do something about it, and that way Nigerians will actually feel the impact of lawmakers. So that's the conversation on the table tonight. So when I open the phone lines, I'm going to need you to call in and tell me what you think, how you feel about this ban on pornographic websites. Would you say it's a step in the right direction? Is it something that you would applaud, on a good day? Would you say that, the lawmakers are finally getting it right, that these are some of the things that they should move to stop, Or would you say that, simply put, misplaced priority? There are other things that are bothering Nigerians that they should concentrate on, that they should focus on changing, and then so Nigerians can just have a better life generally. I'll walk you through the entire conversation and let you call in, okay? So you can share your thoughts with us. So the House of Representatives has ordered a total shutdown of porn websites nationwide. It directed the Nigerian Communications Commission to enforce the immediate shutdown of the websites in the country. The lawmakers suggested that the internet providers must block access under the new directive. Of course, reactions have trailed to this move as Nigerians wonder why and how this is relevant. I did explain to you, we have the group of Nigerians who are asking why this is relevant. How is it relevant? This is not what we need. Focus on other things that are important, that would actually make life easy for Nigerian. And then some others are saying, okay, too bad though. The move no bad though. It's Nigeria is religious. If we claim that we are holy, then we should live, in conformity with holiness. So the ban is actually a good thing. Well, what are your thoughts? Do you support the ban on pornographic websites, or should the lawmakers channel their energy into more productive endeavors? 0817-000-951, 0810-951-0951. Let's talk. Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Amaka Philip.
Good evening to you. Name and location, please.
I am in Element. This is Mr. Joseph.
You're welcome.
Oh, yes. I don't support pornography anyway. I myself, I don't even have the time watching pornography. But the question I would love to ask the Green Chamber is, how many people got arrested or undergoing prosecution? Can they tell me that most of the people that were caught charged for rape, how many of these people have Android phones? A lot of Nigerians that are even involved in this act. some of them don't even have phones, Android phones.
So you're saying
how do they come to
okay? So you're saying it's not relevant? Yeah. So I'm asking, are you saying this is not relevant?
It is not relevant. It is not even they don't even have the statistics to prove that the divorce is a result of pornography.
All right, thank you.
Rape is not even a result. Okay, let them go to all those big hotels in Abuja.
All right, thank you.
And those girls that are
thank you so much.
Do not dress like that.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, keep your calls coming in. Meanwhile, send in messages to 0701 9339 962. Hello, good evening.
Amaka.
Yes, please. Welcome.
Our high life queen. Carrying us to where we know this time.
Nice.
Amaka, good evening.
Good evening.
Amaka, sometimes, I don't know, I get irritated at the things I hear sometimes, the things that are of priority to is our lawmakers. I just do not know how to place it, especially the area of talking about religiosity. Nigeria is a highly, so they know a religious country that is ranking among the highest in corruption in the world. A religious country where a government official will use monuments for the people to buy 40 years whiskey of how much of millions of naira, where we disburse money that never gets to the people. Like people, the rich is getting richer and the poor is getting poorer. And somebody is talking about religion. If they had even said, okay, let's stop this site, at least to bring about a little bit of morality in the society, without bringing religion. So they know that Nigeria is a religious country. And all they have seen is a pornographic site.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Is that right, Amaka? Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. You're welcome. 0701 9339 962. Let me have your messages. Hello. Good evening. Good evening to you, Chief Solomon. Welcome.
Thank you. This banning of all this banga, cigarette, even cigarette, they wrote it, cigarette is dangerous to their health, but people are still smoking all those. So, this pornography, I think it depends on the level of your faith. Even Bible, in the book of Matthew, where Bible says, if a woman gets lost of her, they have committed sin already in her heart. So, looking at it takes maturity.
Okay.
I can be watching it. It won't have any impact.
Looking at pornography takes maturity.
Yeah, it takes maturity. It's not something that can be banned because it makes somebody to have a sense of sex education to improve.
Oh, wow. Oh, really?
Yes, it helps a nature of sex education.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, it teaches so many men and women, matured women and men.
All right. Thank you, Chief Solomon. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry. Try calling again. I'll quickly get some messages. I'm trying to just take as many messages as possible and also do the same thing with the calls as well. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Amaka.
Yes, please, good evening.
Yeah. How do you think also?
Welcome.
Yes, Amaka, I wouldn't say it is a misplaced priority anyway.
Okay.
Yes, they call the right call in the right direction. But yes, is it this particular? I mean, I think stop late teenagers, people who are just coming up, whose psyche has not been well formed. You know, they grew up with it, and then before you know, they are already deep into immorality.
Okay. So you're saying it has its use. it'll be good for the teenagers, right? It would be good to prevent teenagers from watching. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And I think that if they had converted this same energy into, verifying other problems, bedeviling the nation, I think I would have gone past this level.
All right. Thank you
for this time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right. Hello. Good evening.
Hello, Amaga. Good evening.
Good evening to you. Name and location, please.
This is Sabla calling from Ochi.
Welcome.
Amaka, you see, our House of Rep member, they are trying, but this is not the major thing that affects Nigeria.
Okay.
Let them try to make law that I think Nigeria will be happy. There's uncle on the land. If they make law that will make at least Nigeria will be buying a price of things, some certain things low, will be better. You understand me now?
All right.
Let them try to make law that will compare our lawmakers like our councillors and all the rest, House of Reps and the lower government chairman to do things that will affect common people.
All right.
You understand me now?
All right.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Amaka. Good evening.
Welcome. What's your name?
Mike Egon.
Welcome.
The House of Rep found the site of the program. But that's a welcome development, and for me,
okay.
the welcome development. But something played before then now. Something played in 2021, where a program media like that around the Air Force Base, media that program media at the Air Force Base play a blue film for good 3 minutes. My sister asked this thing. You media, you people to this thing, news concerning that. 3 minutes consecutive. People stand watching blue film for efforts. That one I played for our website for 3 minutes. And nobody, we did not hear anything concerning that now. So you see the level of this in blue film have gone very far.
Right.
Even you go to some video film shops, you have them there. People are selling openly. So House of Rep, you have to go deep. You have to go inside and grab that thing.
All right. Thank you.
Because yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, this message here says, Amaka, the ban is okay. Let them also ban corruption amongst politicians, possibly with death sentence from Kano. Okay. Corruption should come with death sentence, really? All right, I'll do some more messages at this point, and let's see. Okay, Marshall Greatman says, I support them on this. Dr. Prince Utah says, I support the ban, but I advise them to use same power to fight the clear corruption, oppression, injustice, and abuse of power in Nigeria. Biebara Asan says, they leave what's important and tackle what is not important. May God help us. Pastor Victor says, very relevant for cleanliness of heart. It pollutes the soul. Assam Sonny says, very relevant. I rest my case. Amako Lucky says, not to use VPN Bidato. Igwe Lifu says, that this new directive go provide job opportunities and solutions to high cost of living. Well, a lot of people are asking that question as well. Okay, this message here says, Amaka, that law is a misplacement of priority and lack of sensitivity. That should be sensitivity to the plight of the people. If the age limit for somebody to vote is 18 years, what about the marriage of minors? What can they say about that? No law against corruption, but they have energy to ban pornography. That should be, I think that's what you try to type there. They have the energy to ban pornography. It is unfortunate. Joe, thank you, Joe, for texting. Let's do this call quickly. Hello, good evening.
let me add something.
Oh, Chief Solomon. Chief Solomon, we're out of time. I'm trying to read more messages, Chief Solomon.
We don't want to see Banga again. This knockout.
You don't want to see what?
Knockout. They should not do this what they're supposed to ban.
All right.
Not pornography.
All right, thank you.
Ban Banga.
All right.
Knockout.
Okay, this is the first time you are not supporting the lawmakers on this one. Chief Solomon, if you like to this one paying you. Okay, here, let me do one more call rather. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, please, name and location.
My name is Grace, calling from Emo.
You're welcome.
I see our lawmakers are very funny people. These are just means to distract us. They are
okay.
not distracting us. Yes.
All right.
We have sensitive issues that Nigerians are yearning and crying for on daily basis. As we are talking, a whole giant of Africa that is producing oil, we are buying it in a very expensive amount.
Okay, I will need you to talk faster because our time is up.
Okay, so to me, morally it's right, but we have other more important pressing issues that our assembly needs to address.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Good evening, presenter. How are you doing? Vincent Moody texting from Chokochore. The food basket of River State. Okay, sharp. I'm in full support of the ban, but our federal lawmakers are still sleeping, and until they wake up from their slumber, they cannot do any other thing better than what they have done. They should focus on the issue of the Fulani herdsmen. They are destroying our food crops, and the lawmakers are yet to do or say anything about it. All right, thank you so much for texting, Vincent. Okay, that's the much I can take. Our time is up. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you for texting. A commercial comes up next. I will take you through the world news at 10 p.m. Make sure to keep it locked with us right here on Today 95.1 FM. My name is Amaka, and yes, I'm going to be your host for the rest of the evening.
All right. All you need to know about this one is that
95.1 FM. Such a unique style.
Please listen to this paid infomercial.
Herbal Heritage International, the Gokoroko, for herbal medicine, when they produce strong, correct medicine, they take it, they support with country health care system. Quatliman, correct, bakelistic, ogbonge herbal medicine, they we know they come out for public anyhow, like a big basket. Food ground, as every Christmas, have been boundary. Sickness self, sabi medicine, we pass them. After all, monkey smart now, because tree near tree is our forest. Heritage International will use the technology of computer testing machine to see and know before attacking that your health condition, we don't become ubaruba for your life with the correct treatment. Therefore, whether definition or without definition, make you visit Herbal Heritage International. Offices were near you. Herbal Heritage International. Now you.
Hello and welcome to the program Roots and Herbs. Roots and Herbs is a program that discusses health-related challenges and suggests possible ways out from the herbal medicine perspective. Roots and Herbs is put together and sponsored by Herbal Heritage International, also known as Baba Yoruba. Baba Yoruba is currently having a special promo package. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. This offer runs while the stock lasts at number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. Number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. And at the same time, it will give you the privilege of meeting Baba Yoruba himself at the venue. For details and inquiries, the telephone number to call is 080 33 111 946. I repeat, 080 33 111 946. 080 33 111 946. On today's edition of the program, our topic for discussion is staphylococcal infection. And I have with me in the studio Dr. Otumba Abiodun. Sir, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Staphylococcal infections do occur in the body system when Staphylococcus bacteria enters into the body system and spread within the body system, destroying body cells. Staphylococcus bacteria are majorly of 3 types that can afflict men. But of these 3, the most pathogenic in nature, that is the one that is capable of causing diseases easily in men, is the Staphylococcus aureus, because it is capable of invading body cells, destroying them, causing different pathological changes in the body. When Staphylococcus bacteria spread in the body system, there are a number of changes that one can experience. This can result to burning sensation within the individual, and this can be seen as fever from time to time, or a situation where there is certain hotness coming from within. There can be skin manifestations in staphylococcal infection that can be given one periodic boils or rashes all over the body. In some people, such rashes can come around the pubic region, or even leading to boils that can lead to blisters or even ulcers on the skin. It is possible for one to experience persistent headache in staphylococcal infection because the body fluid is already contaminated. Staphylococcus, as we know, is a form of bacteria. Any bacteria that is capable of spreading in the body system can lead to reactions in the body that can further damage body tissues. And when this occurs, it is possible for one to experience joint pains in form of infective arthritis. Part of this bacteria can spread deep into the tissues of the heart, affecting the valves of the heart. And when this occurs, you discover that there can be palpitation that some will start witnessing as if they have panic attack. When this is allowed to continue in the body system, it is possible for one to start getting tired easily. There are many people, by walking from one pole to another, they get tired, or by doing just something that is not supposed to be that tasking in terms of energy consumption, they discover that it's as if they don't have enough hair where they are located. All this can be as a result of weakness of the heart resulting from infection or spread of this bacteria we're talking about. When this bacteria is able to pollute the body fluid, it is possible for one to witness mouth odor. Mouth odor is a form of changes that is called halitosis, where people will start coming up with breath coming from within that is already polluted. There is no amount of time such people wash their mouth, you discover that the breath coming out is very offensive. All this can be as a result of pollution of the body system. It is possible, if any bacteria is able to dwell so long in the body system, to contaminate the whole body fluid and even damage nerves. When nerves are damaged, there can be tiredness. Not only this, it is possible for men to suffer a lot because this can degenerate to a situation where a man is unable to stand like a real man. When a man is unable to stand like a real man, it is seen as a serious challenge because the whole family can be affected. Part of the joy of the relationship can be stolen, and this can cause different rancors in the family. A man that is unable to stand as he should can find it difficult to get arousal. The desire for opposite sex can disappear, and once that arousal is not there, that is the ignition point. It means such a man will not be able to stand like a real man. In some people, the arousal can be there, but you discover that because nerves have been damaged, the transmission from the upper center down to the power point of man, that is in between his two thighs, can be weakened. When such occurs, you discover that such a man can even get arousal or is able to stand, but the type of standing that he has is not strong enough to help him to even get into the act. In some people, they make efforts to get into the act, but you discover that they are unable to spend more than a minute or more before they are exhausted. Mind you, before a man can be called a real man, such a man must be able to have the arousal as desired and also be able to sustain the energy he has been able to gather for a considerable length of time. That is when such a man can be able to make his partner happy when it comes to man-to-woman interaction. So such men do suffer from this from time to time. It's after knowing the root cause of the challenge that one will be able to know the right step to take for one to be totally free. Whenever you experience anything that we have been able to mention or other things, it's very important for one to visit a competent healthcare giver who will be able to run tests on one and pinpoint where the problem lies and provide solution.
For more enlightenment and advice, the number to call is 080-33-111-946. I repeat, 080-33-111-946. Thank you all.
All right. You've been listening to the program Roots and Herbs. Roots and Herbs is a program that discusses health-related challenges and suggests possible ways out from the herbal medicine perspective. Roots and Herbs is put together and sponsored by Herbal Heritage International, also known as Baba Yoruba. Baba Yoruba is currently having a special promo package. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. This offer runs while the stock lasts at number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. Number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. And at the same time, it will give you the privilege of meeting Baba Yoruba himself at the venue. For details and inquiries, the telephone number to call is 080-33-111-946. I repeat, 080-33-111-946. 080-33-111-946. I repeat, 080-33-111-946. Let's take our sponsor's message. Don't go away. We shall be right back.
Herbal Heritage International, the Gokoroko for herbal medicine where they produce strong, correct medicine. They take it, they support with country healthcare system. Quatliman, correct bakelistic ogbonge herbal medicine. They we know they come out for public anyhow like a big basket. Full gram as every Christmas have been boundary. Sickness self sabi medicine will pass them. After all, monkey smart now because tree near tree is a forest. Heritage International go use the technology of computer testing machine to see and know before attacking that your health condition. We don't become Ubarugba for your life with the correct treatment. Therefore, whether definition or without definition, make you visit Herbal Heritage International. Offices were near you. Herbal Heritage International. Now
You're welcome back to Roots and Herbs. Roots and Herbs is a program that discusses health-related challenges and suggests possible ways out from the herbal medicine perspective. Roots and Herbs is put together and sponsored by Herbal Heritage International, also known as Baba Yoruba. Baba Yoruba is currently having a special promo package. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. This offer runs while the stock lasts at number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. Number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. And at the same time, it will give you the privilege of meeting Baba Yoruba himself at the venue. For details and inquiries, the telephone number to call is 080-33-111-946. I repeat, 080-33-111-946. 080-33-111-946. Until we come your way again, remain blessed.
And that was a paid infomercial.
Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.